Congratulations to Kisran on that great Pokemon Crystal run. I am Takaze, and I'll be the host for this next run by LewdDolphin, Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. We have a $5 donation from Kitsumech. Hey Kisran, thanks for the goofs and the good times. I definitely agree with that. And as a reminder, this is RPG Limit Break 2018. We are coming to you live from Salt Lake City, Utah, and we're raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI was formed in 1989 as a grassroots advocacy organization by a group of parents whose children suffered with serious mental illness, and NAMI has maintained that focus to this day. We have a $50 anonymous donation. Watch the vaults all the time. Happy to catch it live this year. Love the run, love the cause. Thank you for your donation. And now, starting, we're going to get started with our next run, Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII by LewdDolphin.
Thank you. Woo! I can like feel it pushing on me.
All right, we all set? I'm
hi.
live.
All right.
So this is Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII, also known as Final Fantasy XIII 3, or as my companion Sharky says, 13-2-2.
It's the sequel to 13-2, not 13.
Indeed. So, without further ado, we shall begin. We're going to count down. 54, 53, 52, skip a few, 3, oh, I should actually, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so we get to start off with a small tutorial section, a couple of fights, get us used to what's going on, what's changed since the first couple of games, and then we're off to the races. So first fun fact, Lightning has returned. She's back.
Yeah, this is actually Lightning.
Yeah, spoilers.
I mean, if you're playing a game called Lightning Returns and you're surprised by Lightning's return, I believe you need to read game titles more often.
I like to be surprised.
So this is the tutorial section. This is the prologue. This is day 0 or something. There will be 12 days in this game, and they will fly by. We're basically going to sleep through most of this game. Literally sleep through most of this game.
It's nap time.
Yeah.
Well, it will be.
So 6 days left. You know, it's a speed run. So we managed to get it done in our estimate 2 days, 30 hours, 54 minutes. So hopefully people are buckled in. It's gonna be a wild ride.
We don't have 2 days and 54 hours?
Just 30 hours, 54 minutes looks like.
That works.
54 minutes, yes. Those 54 minutes are the best 54 minutes. You should stay for those.
Absolutely.
In the meantime, make sure your seats are in an upright and locked position as we take off.
Do we have seatbelts?
We should.
Just hold on for dear life.
Okay.
So, there is a free item shop here that sells free potions, right? Like, you should really hoard up on the free potions, right?
We could exploit this
Right?
for money.
Right? Nope.
Okay, bye.
So if there are any donations, now is a good time to read them.
This is something you'll be hearing multiple times throughout this run.
Yeah, there's a lot of running around in this game.
I mean, I'm okay with just listening to you guys talk to each other. But we do have a donation. We actually have a donation from PX. Good luck on Lightning Returns, LewdDolphin. Sorry I can't be there for the run. Let's get that 3rd try Sahagan and 4th try in Peril. Put this towards Black Knight Fight for Path of Radiance, because who doesn't want to see that?
So there's not really much to talk about as far as like the path that's here, because this is a literal hallway. But we
Wait,
do
a hallway
have.
in Final Fantasy XIII game?
I know, it's really
What?
unheard of.
There's a lot of nostalgia here. It wants to take you back to the warm and happy feelings you got from 13.
And, you know, having your hand held for the first 11 chapters.
And then chapter 12 and 13 happen, and it just destroys you.
There is a high difficulty ramp up, but it's much later, so we'll try to explain the game as best we can. The fights are really fast, so we'll probably have to talk about how stuff works in the middle, with lots of naps and donation reads to balance it out.
But we are getting into our first boss fight?
Tutorial
Question
boss.
mark? It introduces the stagger system, which we clearly haven't seen yet.
Yeah, so in 13 there were numbers. You would see it on a bar on the top right. It would tell you, hey, what's going on? How close are you to beating up the boss? In this case, it's a little more holistic now. There's colors, there's like a heartbeat type thing that shows up on it.
Yeah, there's like a little sinusoidal wave thing that appears behind the health bar as they're getting closer to stagger. So pay attention to their health bars as the bosses are being fought, and you'll see as it gets more and more yellow and red, you're getting closer to stagger.
You can stagger multiple times too, and different effects, different debuffs, all those sort of things pop up. The more you do it, and maybe how you do it changes the effect too. Now, we should warn you as the voice of hope pops in that different parts of this game in the speedrun contain trace amounts of the story of Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII, and use caution.
If you aren't completely sure, like what Hope's role is, just think of Ocarina of Time and Navi. Yes, that annoying. I have a
Hey,
shirt on that
listen.
says,
Hey, listen.
Listen.
There's chaos everywhere.
Hey! Look!
Once upon a time, I committed.
Nope.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time, we started a speedrun.
I think it was about 5 minutes ago.
If you forgot what we were playing, it's Lightning Returns.
Once upon a time, we had a $5.40 donation from Anonymous.
There it is.
Which, if you didn't know, is 54 times.
Nice.
Hey, Lude. I hope you're having fun at RPG Limit Break and hope your run will go well. I'll donate an additional $2.70 for each ecto pudding you successfully dodge in the Temple of Etro.
Ooh.
That's
So now you're going to be punishing for failure by not donating. That's brutal.
What's
Yeah. So we had free potions earlier, and I decided to just throw one away anyway. Whoops.
Hey, we got another boss. Do we want to mess with this guy?
So this is all like required information that you have to wade through. Hope has something important to say that we'll just cutscene skip away.
Man, that was so insightful.
Then he realizes
Thanks,
we're going to cutscene skip, so then he turns the next one into something you can't cutscene skip. So we'll just do the Final Fantasy X route of Mash X.
I think that was the 13 route too, wasn't it?
So yeah, despite having these slots where we could have gotten the free potions, there's only a limited number of slots, so we're going to put something more valuable there, namely Phoenix Downs, and we just spent a bunch of EP to get those Phoenix Downs, which we're definitely going to use later, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, those are safeties.
Yeah, really-
Yes,
it's really important.
Absolutely.
Just
you know, just in case we run out of gil.
So
They actually get sold for gil. That shop spends your EP, which is like 13's TP system, but it's called EP. I don't know. I don't remember what the E stands for.
I think it stands for Erodia.
Ah.
it's a vowel.
And now we are on, we are in Luxurion, and we are forced into a mandatory side quest that we absolutely have to complete in order to proceed.
Yeah, there's no way we're getting around this.
So what do we do?
Yeah, we absolutely have to fight these fanatics, right?
We
There's
fight the
really-
police.
Yeah.
Whoops, didn't mean to get in this fight. I'm going to go ahead and escape. Escaping costs an hour of time. It's a massive penalty, so I really shouldn't have done that. Oops!
Lude, I thought you practiced this. Why are you fighting the police?
I don't know. The button slipped. My fingers, I don't know. This controller is weird. I don't normally use controllers. I use mind control.
What's happening?
You're going to run out of time if you keep doing this. It's an hour every time.
Where did he go? I want to make sure I don't touch him again. Oops. All right. Whoops. Don't want to do that.
So we've jumped the clock 3 hours now.
Yep.
Surprise! The quest is over.
So we failed the side quest, but now the fanatics are here, and we are supposed to trail them. But, you know, it's past my bedtime. I'm going to go ahead and sleep.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired too.
Yeah, let's just...
8 minutes this game, that's a lot, so let's just...
Good night,
All right.
fellas.
All right.
Oh, okay, we're good. All right. How many hours was that?
6.
6 hours. Okay.
I know, not enough sleep.
Yeah, I'm still pretty tired, actually.
But for RPG Limit Break week, it's, you know, 3 times as many as you get the entire week. So
This event is so fun, it's just exhausting.
While you guys are taking a nap over there, is it okay if I squeeze in a donation?
go
thing.
for it.
Go, man.
We have $300
Oh, my.
from Aziraphale. Always great to see your...
Go ahead.
You can
sorry.
clap. You can clap. Let's clap.
I clapped on my knee, if that counts. Oops, that's
and
not what I want.
They say, always great to see your runs, Lude. Always entertaining and helps that Final Fantasy XIII is definitely in my top 3 or 4 Final Fantasy games. Sorry, 8 will always hold a special place in my heart. Always great to help a good cause, especially as at some point in time everyone deals with mental illness, mental health issues, whether they're on their own or those they know. The more resources available, the better. P.S. Lewd, do we have any square root of 2,916 in lightning returns? I think there's a few
There are
of those.
approximately 54 of them, so
I think we've got a nice set of 54 fun facts as we go through this run. So
oh, I am not ready for this.
Are we up to like 2 or 3 now?
I am not ready for this. I just woke up.
Dude,
Just woke up after 6 hours of sleeping, right?
I'm going to hit the snooze button for 18 hours if that's okay.
all right, nap time. Let's go.
Oh, that felt good.
All right, we're well rested.
Hey, wait. I think those guys are back now. Did you want to talk to them?
No, they're fine. They can
right.
do whatever they want. I just want to take a trip to see Yusnan. I mean, I would like to take a trip to take Yusnan. So this is a fun train.
Is that a speedrunner's favorite mode of transportation? Train?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say on a scale from 1 to 10, and it's probably ranked about 54.
Almost beat him to it.
Almost.
Yeah, so
Vuligin just said, why did we let these two people sit next to each other on the couch?
So we've slept a bunch, and we fought those guards with the 1 hour penalty. One amusing thing is the easy speedrun actually takes longer because there's no penalty for fleeing, so you can't abuse that to move through the story as fast. So those 3 hours you have to just wait out, I believe, in the easy mode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you just do the side quest, but either way,
There's no way to just skip it by using that penalty.
no.
So it's a penalty, but we take advantage of it as speedrunners do.
All right, so there's an important sequence up ahead, so I need some quiet time here.
Chocobo, it's time to tell. What are the magic words?
I don't have a choice, do I?
Nope.
Meow, meow,
Choco,
Choco, Chow.
I was really sad earlier because in the practice room I wanted to see this part, and then he thought I wanted to see another part.
Yeah, I'm the bad guy here.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, if you missed it, yeah. There will be another serious segment coming up.
So what are we actually doing in this game right now?
We are selling stuff.
So those Phoenix Downs we were definitely going to use, we just sold them all.
And we've just bought a purple
I
velvet
don't think
suit.
I'll
Guys,
go
quiet.
unnoticed.
Chocobo, it's time to tell. What are the magic words?
Meow,
Meow, meow,
Meow,
Choco,
Choco,
Chow. All right, continue.
So at the start here, we're trying to build our equipment up. We don't have a leveling up system. We can't grind things for experience points. So we're going to pick up a few sets of clothes, a couple of weapons, shields, things like that, and get ready to start beating up the enemies and progress through all the quests. There's 4 main areas throughout the game. One of them is this one here. This is Yusnan. There's Luxarian, which is another town. There's the Dead Dunes, which is the desert, and there's the Wildlands, which is the obligatory forest. We'll be going through 5 main quests to eventually advance the story. But for now, we're just going to run around and gather a few things to buff ourselves up.
So what we're doing now isn't really part of the story. We're just buffing ourselves, or
Well, this is advancing main quest 2, actually.
main quest 2.
This part here, we're talking to this guy. Well,
So you notice Luke
that
just sort of
was a weird thing I never saw before. I talked to him and he just kind of stopped talking. Okay, cool.
That's never happened.
he just ran into a random corner. He was despawning the guard there, getting out of the aggression zone, so you could go back and talk to the NPCs. When you're in those aggression zones, you can't talk to NPCs, even though you can interact with the buttons.
People want to see
So
them.
Chocobo, it's time to tell. What are the magic words?
Everybody!
Meow, meow,
Choco
Choco, Chow.
Okay, I can go home. That was the best it's going to get.
All right. Thanks for watching.
I have a $5 anonymous donation. Meow meow Choco Chow. Now let's get ringless in Final Fantasy 15 bosses done.
So we have to unlock each of the towns, go to it first, and then we can warp around wherever we need. I think we're going to pick up the other 2 spots next. Is that right, Lou?
Yeah, but first we're going to beat up some fanatics.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So we switched one garb out for something that's more physically appropriate.
I hope we got the right pack.
Probably not.
There's a few mechanics we can explain after this. It just goes by so
You
fast.
never stood a chance.
No, they didn't.
All right, so this will be a fun fight.
So now we got a little more time.
Can't be stopped.
If there are any donations,
You know what? Instead of donations, I'm seeing a few people who don't know everybody on the couch. I don't think we got a roll call yet.
Oh yeah, we did not.
oh, whoop, I'm a terrible runner here. I'm LewdDolphin, if you haven't known.
Savior's got it.
This is the LewdDolphin, different from LewdDolphin.
LewdDolphin's LewdDolphin.
I am It's Casa.
I am Roosta.
And I'm Sharky, or Little Sharky, depending on your mileage.
Mileage?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Expected as much.
I'm an old man. There's a little more wear on my tires. Leave me alone.
All right, so ideally you only take one fight there since we only had enough EP for a single overclock. As you saw, the second fight was quite painful.
Should we tell them what overclocks are?
No, we'll just leave it as a mystery.
Okay.
Now, overclock is one of the Savior's special abilities where the enemies, or rather time slows down for everyone but lightning, so the enemies are much slower, lightning attacks much faster, and there are several benefits to it. For instance, you can attack much faster. It also has a side benefit of restoring all of your EP, and that will be utilized at several points. Or did I say EP? I meant ATB. There's
Yeah.
so many abbreviations here. EP, ACB, FF13, RPG, LB,
LR.
LR,
See,
54. That's not an abbreviation. That's just life.
so fun fact, did you know that 54 spelled backwards spells 54?
To some, God's savior looks as much a murderer as these maniacs do. I'm not surprised.
If you rearrange the letters of 54, you get 54.
You do. It's crazy.
You come for the Final Fantasy 13 speedrun, you stay for the 54 facts.
But are there actually 54 facts, or is it facts about 54?
Who's keeping track right now?
54 facts. So if there are any donations, now is a good time to read them. So most of the first hour is spent just traveling to areas, picking up items, getting lightning built up, unlocking teleport locations for faster travels. And then we tackle main quests. And then we beat the game, just like that. Of the 3 games in the 13 trilogy, Lightning Returns is the shortest. 13 is down to about 453, I believe, by Jake
On a PC, yeah.
on a PC. 13-2, I don't remember what Jay's record is.
I think it's 240 something. 240.
I think it's 240XX, yeah.
You I should know these facts beforehand before I start speaking.
Quick, somebody pull up the leaderboard.
And Lightning Returns is down to 54. No.
I think D-Wins has got it down to slightly over 2 hours.
Yeah.
There's also a guy named Savis Monk who has put together or been working on a 100% category called Dash. I think that's in the 8 to 9 hour category if you're looking for something more involved.
Still not too long for a Final Fantasy run.
To be
though.
fair, yeah, it's like that's a Final Fantasy VIII run right there.
Yeah, exactly.
In comparison, there were 8 hours of cutscenes in 13,
Yeah.
but we skipped them all, so they're not there.
So this is the Wildlands.
That was the Wildlands.
So this was the Wildlands. Did that to unlock the teleport spot. This is the Dead Dunes.
I think we'll start with our third garb.
No, this is our second. We'll get the third
You're right.
in a location we've seen before, but where?
Excuse me.
Oh, shut up.
Excuse No. Sorry. Busy.
And I actually want to talk to you because I need to sell you some of my goods. Have you seen these bronze medals and this silver medal?
Yeah, this outfit, I'm a recovered MMO junkie, so I get it confused. I think it's a Passion Rogue.
It's Passion Rogue.
Okay.
Rugi.
Roger?
Actually, it's Passion. Passion. It's Rouge. What do you mean? Your face is turning rather rogue right now.
It's because he feels so much pass ion.
Guys, I think we broke Casa.
I didn't sign up for this English lesson. Like, would it be English or French?
Oui. I don't know.
Did you know that 54 is international?
Do we have any donations to distract from this conversation?
Yeah, I was looking for a time to sneak in. We have $35 from Vic McHoon. It just says Meow Meow Choco Chow.
Yes! It's spreading.
Please don't make me read those the whole run.
You heard the man. Make him read it the whole run.
You know what to do, Chad.
So it is contractually required that for the duration of this run, any donations must end in 54 cents or otherwise be a multiple of 54 in some capacity, and must contain the message Meow Meow Choco Chow.
Takaze's doing a wonderful job there hosting us, and
Putting up with us.
yes, that.
I think my face is going to turn a little rogue, just like Kasa's.
It started with ejection, and now it's a rogue.
Yeah, so those little rogue cactars we're touching are just little teleport zones, and we're only unlocking the specific ones we need to go back to. That was something that was just introduced in 13.2, I believe. And so they're just little waypoints we're going to be teleporting back to. You'll see anytime we get to a teleport point, the list shows the places we've been and question marks. The places we've been are the ones we've touched, and the places we need to go back to at some point.
So this gigantic sphere of blackness or whatever is actually a chaos zone, which we're not really going to utilize too much in a speed run, except for one fight to help out. What it does is it makes enemies spawn like repeatedly. They are more aggressive. They will attack you and have extra effects, like they'll have regen and 50% more HP.
They'll be stronger and better drop odds as well, I believe. Caution, this hope speech contains trace amounts of lightning return story.
Oh, there's a hope in this game? I didn't know.
Hey.
I wish he would, like, you know, codec more or something. But I guess this isn't Lightning Returns Metal Gear Solid 13.
No, we skipped the sneaking section,
Right.
but we do have something for that later.
I think there's only hope in this game because in Final Fantasy 13 we were told to hold on to hope.
Yeah, right.
And now we have no choice.
So this is Adonis. He wants us to go on a quest because reasons. We don't care.
It's related to Main Quest 4, and we're not going to do anything with it right away because we're rude.
Very.
We're going to teleport back to a previous teleport spot, and then we're going to investigate these ruins.
Hearing what Adonis had to
The
say
desert
about
is
it
full of
didn't
fetch
sound like
quests,
anything a
some of
normal
them
person
for
could do.
cruxes, some of them for tablets, some of them for just all kinds of stuff.
So the Dead Dunes dungeon is interesting because it's a fetch quest for a fetch quest for a fetch quest, basically. We picked up a Pilgrim's Crux so that we can go into this random area to pick up a tablet that we're going to use in the main dungeon proper to get a piece of the crux that, when we assemble together, will let us open a door to fight the boss.
Or more simply, it's a shovel to dig up a mushroom.
And the witch has powder. Bat has cane.
I forget how many of you actually rando.
I was told it's everyone.
No room for doubts now.
Oh man, I accidentally hit these skeletons. I'm just gonna escape. I think that's fine. I'm not gonna like end the day prematurely. Oops. Shoot.
And that's the end of the second day.
If you forgot, this is Lightning Returns.
So while we're being reminded that this is Lightning Returns, I just want to remind everybody of the prizes that you can get during this run. You can actually get some Pokemon that was just previously run by Kizuran. You can get an Entei plushie or a Totodile plushie, and it says that the minimum donation is $5, but you know, you could just make that 54 dimes. That's sure to get you those plushies.
I cannot believe you interrupted that very important kaleidoscopic travel scene where very important things were happening.
I'll never do it again. I'm sorry, Rista.
You got to pay attention to those.
I think we're about to get another one, though, so we're in luck. This is very rare in this speedrun.
You see the thing is moving on? Lewd's actually doing that. So
Yeah,
thank you,
actually,
Lewd.
if you look at the CD thingy bobber to the left of the now loading, that is controlled by the left analog stick. And the random hypnotic light thingy that you'll see more is also controlled by the right analog stick.
So we're back to the Wildlands.
Which
I think.
we can come back here because we just came here for 1 second earlier, right? So that
Yes.
unlocked the teleport.
Hope hangs out in a place called the Ark, and he'll let you warp down to whichever zone you want to start in at the start of every day.
We have a donation that is $5.54
Yes!
by a Mr. Moogle. Meow meow. All hail the demon Choco Chow.
Such creativity. You gotta love this crowd. Okay, so now
Hi.
we're-
Hi.
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 Hi there.
We should speak to Dr. Gasol, except I don't want to.
You guys okay over there?
He's a bit floppy. He's falling down.
He's just friendly. Okay, so we've got a little bit of menuing. We're going to take the 3 garbs we've grabbed and set up a basic battle plan. One of these is for debuffs. If you remember, 13 debuffs and buffs were most of the damage that you could pump out. One of them is going to be for magic attacks to try to drive up the stagger, and then one is going to be for physical attacks to basically finish off the fights.
Yeah, and as a rule, that's the sequence that he just listed is the sequence you'll be using them in fights. You'll debuff, stagger with magic, and finish with physical. So you'll notice as the fights end, a lot of the time you're in the Velvet Bouncer as your final garb. So you'll see, even though Light's wearing the perfect camouflage outfit right now, she'll end up in the purple.
Where is she?
Yeah, I don't see where she is. The camouflage is...
Oh! Well,
That's
okay.
unrecoverable.
This segment is actually fine with time.
Yeah.
So the weird thing about hitboxes and lightning returns, or at least dodging and lightning returns, is that you can touch enemies all you want, provided that they aren't trying to attack you. Unlike 13, where touching an enemy will initiate the fight, or 13-2, where, well, when they're passive when they first spawn, they're fine to touch, and then after they turn aggro, immediate touching. Yeah.
Eager to die.
So we're
there's a-
debuffing, right?
Yes.
We'll all be reborn.
Here's our magic spells.
Now we're waiting for him to bite, so he opens his mouth. And then he'll take more damage once he gets staggered.
And this is one of those enemies that has a second stagger requirement sometimes, right?
He does have a second stagger. We're not pushing for it. I believe the second stagger gives him a permanent status effect that makes it easier to stagger in the future. But why do I need easier staggers later when I can kill him
You really
now?
think that was a chocobo?
Gotta go fast.
Why do you ask?
So if there are any donations, now is a good time to read them.
But it certainly looked like a chocobo.
We
More
have
running around. Sorry.
Right. Me too.
Go ahead.
we have
More running around.
Lewd.
Weird familiarity.
I know I'm not
More
supposed
running
to.
around.
Okay, I don't have to read this donation that says Meow Meow Choco Chow in it. I guess
Oh,
I
no.
won't.
No, seriously.
go ahead.
Please, go ahead. I insist.
We have a $15.54 donation from
Yes.
Bullshock Sorcerer. Shoutouts to Lewd. Always great to catch one of your runs. Meow Meow Choco Chow.
Takaze's regretting every decision that brought him to this point for this run.
It's just really nice how much people appreciate the power of the magic words.
I'm gonna have to take this up to whoever put me on this host volunteer.
We're glad to have you, man. Thank you.
So right now we're going to be saving this chocobo. It's just chocobo, right? Just normal chocobo?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different colored feathers, like in English. But it's just a regular chocobo, I think.
Wait, why does it say we're saving an angel?
Hope.
Oh, he has a
What do you
name.
think?
Angel of Valhalla? I think that ties back to 13 too, if you have nostalgia there. And much like the cartoons of our younger days, you feed spinach and it magically heals and gets strong.
If
I think Popeye taught us that.
All right, so we initiated a side quest to be able to grow more greens to feed the Chocobo with so that he can get healed up. Unfortunately, this requires us to run into the woods. So if there are any donations, now is a good time to read them.
Oh, this person's creative. I like this. We have a donation from MS Tang that is $13.50. Here are 54 quarters.
Yes!
Well done.
Chow Chow Moko Meow.
Something sounds off about that one. I don't know what. Also, where did lightning go?
Yeah,
I
she
have
just appears occasionally. It's
I've
very
just
strange.
given up on locating her with this camouflage. It's just...
You're playing as Lightning?
she returned.
She's back. Yeah, I mean, I see a shield and a sword moving. I can't find anything else on the screen.
What about the bobbing pink hair with no attached body?
So is that hair...
I just figured that was a graphical glitch.
Oh, okay.
There's a village in the center.
You could call that strawberry blonde. You could call that rose. You might call it
For them, this is
rogue.
hunting ground.
No, it's not rogue.
Okay, my bad.
Strange vines grow rapidly, covering the paths. and
Hey,
blocking the
listen.
way.
Watch out.
Yeah, Casa sitting here is probably one of the Rouge members of this commentary who does not like the pronunciations.
I see what you did there.
I was happy for a second because you said rouge, and then I realized what you were actually saying.
We have a $54.54 donation
Nice.
from Anonymous. Did you know that there are 54 runs at RPG Limit Break? If you count Lightning Return 13 times and then subtract the other 6 Final Fantasy games getting played this week? Coincidence? I think not.
Definitely not a coincidence.
I was super hyped. I was like, really?
Choco Chow.
Yeah, I thought we were going to need a fact check on that one, but
It turns out that if you count to 100, you will hit 54 at least once.
Oh, this is actually a good one, and this is a true story. Although, yeah, so Takaze knows a few things about
Don't mind me.
stars and space and stuff, and I think they use that to figure out what day the season starts, right?
Yeah, vernal equinox.
oh, how do I get it off?
Um,
All right, I think we're good.
So I have to briefly change the frame rate to 30 in order to avoid a glitch that happens with the fertilizer. With 60 FPS, this game gets rather screwy at times. This is one effect that isn't advantageous to the speedrun, where if you plant a fertilizer and then you plant for a Gasol green, and then you wait the 6 hours, it will not have grown. And in fact, the field will not be interactable. So not only do you lose the green, you lose the fertilizer.
So while we're doing Animal Crossing Final Fantasy 13 here, you know, when you're a farmer, you have to think about seed time, harvest time. Spring is an important season. And I think it was March 20th, did you say it started?
That is correct.
So 11 days in March, 30 days in April, 13 days in May when RPG Limit Break started. I think that's the 54th day of spring. That's real, man.
It is. All planned.
Yeah.
All right, so it takes 6 hours for these to grow. So we're going to kill some time here. We're first going to talk to this guy. What's up, buddy? Shut up. He's giving me a tutorial on something I don't really care about.
We don't need enemy information. We're good.
Then I'm going to go and give this guy the Chocobool that we picked up earlier. And then, oh, look, there's an inn. Perfect. I was feeling rather tired.
Yeah, let's take a nap.
Yeah, I mean, like 6 hours should be enough. So, like 6 o'clock maybe?
Yeah, that works.
Sounds good.
Yeah, all right.
Night, fellas.
While they're all sleeping, I got a $10 donation from Denny Callis. Holy sweet evil Jesus, take my money, leave the puns, please. I'm holding Casa personally responsible for all of this.
Wait, what? What did I do?
Casa and that stuffed dolphin. Both of you need to be the grown-ups on the couch. Best of luck with the run, Lewdest of Sea Mammals. It's a beautiful couch, beautiful crowd, and beautiful internet goblins in the chat.
Joke's on you. I love Meow Meow Choco Chow.
Well, if you love Meow Meow Choco Chow, we have a $54.54 from Cinder Phoenix.
Awesome.
Meow Meow Choco Meow Meow Choco Chow, Zwanzig not proud.
So in the previous Final Fantasy games, we took a lot of advantage of synergists to buff our characters. But since there's only Light here as the one character, what we're doing instead is just buying items which give us the buffs. So up to now and just now, we've bought several Warriors potions, which give you, I believe, Bravery and Faith.
Yes.
Right.
For 30 seconds.
So they've managed to take synergists and distill them down to a convenient beverage.
Yes, the Warriors potion. It's basically just ground Gahongas, right?
I approve of this mutilation of birds.
After what the Gahongas have done to 13-2 speedruns, it only
Yeah.
seems right to just to grind them down.
Yeah.
Hey, Light, why don't you try feeding some of that?
All right.
Poor bird.
He ate some fuzzy sheep milk. He should be really happy.
Warm milk
I
usually
don't
puts
know
me to
that
sleep.
I don't know I would really trust fuzzy milk. Ew.
What about Fuzzy Pickles?
I know that reference. Somewhere.
All right, bye, Angel of Valhalla.
You're welcome.
All right, we can now ride this chocobo. At least I think I can ride this chocobo. I gassed them up with the greens and I let them go.
Wait, Lude, do you think you can ride this Chocobo?
Do you think you can ride this chocobo?
What color is that chocobo?
Rogue.
One day.
You can explore the wildlands together.
Yeah, so this Chocobo is great. It's basically a pair of feather boots, right?
What are those?
I don't know. I don't play Zelda, so.
Okay, we're going to pick up a couple of end spells to go with our Brave
so,
of Faith.
so synergists also give you the end spell, the in fire, and thunder, forward shooting potions for that also.
I don't know about you. Shopping just makes me exhausted.
If you forgot, this is Lightning Returns.
Keep your eye on the clock. It's nearly time to get you back up here.
Hey, listen.
Hey! It's almost 6 o'clock. Listen!
Yes, Light has a curfew for some reason. The savior of the universe. Gotta be back by 6.
We're skipping that part. We don't know what's happening there.
So if there are any donations, now would be good.
I actually want to take a second to talk about some upcoming incentives. So all the incentives for this current run have already been met, but
Thank you.
there's some. Yes, thank you everybody for putting all the money towards fighting some guy named Steve. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I don't know who he is either.
But
Yeah,
next-
there's no one on this couch named Steve, so if there was no one here named Steve, I don't know who I'm supposed to fight, so...
So I actually got clarification on that. Apparently, Ghoul could not say the name no, and he didn't want to try anymore, so he just called him Steve.
And what was the actual name?
Bunavelza.
Bless you.
Oh! It was him. I thought it was a Rishkagal. See,
Bless you.
I love inside jokes. I would love to be a part of one someday.
Caution, this couch contains trace amounts of the story of Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. So what are we up to now?
More running.
Are we trying to pick up anything? Do we have a goal here? What are we
We're
after?
making a slight detour. This is not picked up in the speed run, except I'm a Rouge, and
So now that we've saved the animal, how do we save the frames?
We picked up that Fyra. It's going to be used against the Air Knight fight that we'll be doing in the middle of this run. Thank you to everyone who donated for that. It's one of my favorite fights.
So we picked up Fyra there. What color would you say Fyra is? If you had to put a color to it.
Orange?
I would probably say that it's Reed. So I'm not sure where my spawn count is, or step count, or whatever. Oh, there he is. Oops.
Oh, you're gonna get a penalty. The day's gonna end early, Lewd.
Oh man, it's a whole 5 minutes early.
It was almost 6 minutes early. 5:54.
All right, move the mouse to the right so that doesn't stay on the screen.
No, I'll leave it in the middle. So we can be like that annoying high school teacher that... Okay, I think that's fine.
Just put it so it's always on Light's nose.
But I did want to talk about the incentives upcoming for the next round, which is Tales of Fantasia. So we're about $174 towards the $500 for the main theme sing-along, which Yagamoth will be singing, be visiting a singing dog, and the incentive is to get the rest of the couch to sing along. That sounds like a good time. Go ahead and we need about 300 and some change dollars. Let's throw a 54-cent donation in there for some reason. So get your money towards that. All your $55.54 towards that.
Is that 6 or 7 $54 donations?
You're asking me to do math right now?
Sorry.
We didn't really sleep
right.
to end the day, so I'm going to go ahead and...
Yeah,
It's nap time.
Man, these days just
I'm
fly
not
by.
very, I'm not very good at actually sleeping for the entire time because I need to see when.
Yeah, right.
It's made up of 4 numbers. Find
So we need to find the 4 numbers, and the first one is that's a 6. You know what? I don't need the rest of the numbers. This is a 4-digit passcode. We found one of the numbers. There are 3 remaining digits. If I were to guess it, there would probably be like 1,000 possibilities.
Actually, not really. The third one's always a 0, so 27? But we know the 6, so...
So what Sharky is alluding to here is actually that the first, third, and fourth... Whoop, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to speak here as like a...
Yeah, so we can explain it. So you're just one of the numbers is definitely 0. You just looked at the 6, so you know that one, and the other 2 have 3 possibilities. There's only really 9 possibilities here, so we just have to basically guess until we get it right.
Could one of those possibilities be 54-54?
Unfortunately, no.
If we get to the 3000s, I think we should just restart the run. It'll be faster.
Yeah, definitely. Whew. All right, we got it.
We were so close.
So this is now the Silent Hill portion of Lightning Returns.
Very spooky.
Give me the short
Very dark.
version.
So this would be the part where we finally start advancing the story, but we're going to skip that cutscene, so we'll leave you in suspense for just a couple more minutes.
There's a character who has returned.
Not lightning?
Well, Lightning returned. Okay. Well, thanks for playing.
As long as I'm still alive, the prophecy might not be true. But once I'm dead, the way is clear for the rest of it to happen. And that's
Do
why
you
they're
hear
hunting
chanting?
down girls who look like me.
I hear a bunch of people somewhere. I'm not sure. This sounds like plot. It might not be safe.
Behold, the harbinger of destruction. That's the one I remember.
The
They
promised
really
time is
want us
upon-
to make the estimate.
Promised time is upon us.
So I teleport here because I'm too lazy to run back.
That's fair.
It's just like in, I don't know, Link to the Past when you get the flute.
Someone stop this guy.
My statement doesn't have anything inherently to do with randomizer.
This is true.
But it is helpful in randomizer.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have a
So back to
$10.54 from Zwanzig himself.
Oh my.
Ooh.
So do you think you can meow this Choco Chow?
Is there a Swanswick proud emote?
There is. There is.
I'm gonna throw some of those up.
I'm still Zwanzig, not proud of that pun.
Yeah, LewdDolphin.
So this is also not a route normally taken in the speed run, but I detoured here to pick up the Runic Ring, also to fight Aeronite. That comes with a bonus item over here that can be handy, but I don't think I actually use it to its maximum potential. Thundera.
So we've seen different pieces of this game that bring you back to 13. We've seen 13-2. We've seen Zelda references. But how do you feel about Mirror's Edge?
I missed that.
Immediate failure.
And it's over.
You can jump over those roofs. Roofs?
Roof.
Jump across the
Stay
roof.
sealed tight. The perfect
Barks?
What is the word?
I believe it's actually roofs.
I'll go with ceiling.
But that's inside.
I never learned how to read. I'm sorry. Oh, look. Somebody we recognize.
after him.
Well, it looks more like a shadowy figure to me.
Is that Leon?
He has to be egging me on.
No, that can't be right.
Drawing me toward the killing ground.
Maybe it's
Like he
Squall.
wants everything to be perfect.
I'm not sure if you actually recognize that when you were making that joke, but the old spelled backwards is 54.
I thought you were just saying Leon because of Kingdom
Only
Hearts.
save Noel.
I
Whether
don't know that reference. I'm a little old.
Oh dear me.
Okay, so we're gonna update our equipment a little bit. We're gonna get ready for the next big fight. The pattern is similar. We just need a little bit more strength to our
he
hits.
wants it or not.
I always feel like there's something more I have to do in that menu.
Have you considered holding on to hope?
Yeah, right.
Well, Lude knows that it's up to him to keep hope alive.
Maybe he saw something else. A future that looks better as long as I'm dead. Or maybe he's just afraid to mess around with destiny.
We have a $5.54 donation from Don. The only magic words I shall accept in the 13 trilogy is heroes never die. Shoutouts to LewdDolphin.
You think you have to kill me?
Ooh.
So let's start with a few buffs and a few debuffs.
This one. I'm doing this all weird.
You got this.
I will fight evil. Okay.
All right, don't blink.
Little bullet time.
That was the Noel fight.
New record.
That's never happened before.
Let me know when we have a second to get an especially generous donation in.
Now a good time?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
So we have a donation from All-in-One Mighty for $325.46. Which I believe they put towards the sing-along that we mentioned earlier, and that covered the rest of it. And they say, main theme is sing-along? I'll gladly give this amount to hear that rather than the current couch. Oh, man.
Wow.
I can start singing if it helps.
It can't get worse than now, right?
Famous
Right?
last words.
That sounds like a challenge.
I mean, we could always just start singing. Do you think you can ride the Choco? I mean, it's obviously the greatest song in Final Fantasy history.
Well, it gets better when you start mixing them together. Like people think 10 and 13 are very similar. So you could take, say, Lightning's old theme from 13, mix it with 10, and it just sounds like ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha. All right, we'll stop.
If nobody on the saw on the camera, Villagin just left the room. He's had too much of this.
Inhabited by followers of the goddess.
We've got 2 days and 53 more hours to go. So where are we headed now?
So ordinarily we would go straight to the research camp, but I'm going to make a brief detour to pick up an item that helps with farming items, which to this point we haven't required item drops from enemies for any reason. Hi Protoflorian, how are you doing?
Bulbasaur's in the way. He's left over from the last run. There we go.
Somewhere in this area stands a remote village, which is inhabited.
But yeah, we're going to pick up an item because we're going to need to farm a specific item, and fans of the Lightning Return speed run, the 2 that exist. And I don't say that, so the reason that I point that out is because the single big RNG section of this game is getting the Imperil drop. Imperil is a specific debuff that will increase elemental damage taken by the enemy, and it does speed up the run, but it is a pain to get. It is a 15% chance drop from a Desert Sahagin. We will fight him in Chaos, which will double the chance to 30. But for marathon safety, I'm going to pick up another item that doubles the rate even further. It should now be 60%.
After getting this long and arduous quest done.
Which means, so it's only a 40% chance of failure, which means, of course, that it's a 100% chance of failure for about the first 10 attempts.
Anytime in a marathon, right?
So to make this more interesting, for each failed Imperil drop, I will donate $10.
I think I can match that too.
But wait, what if he gives an immediate Imperil drop?
Well, there's only one thing you can do then, right?
$54!
So let's cross our fingers.
Speaking of Imperil, we have a $5.40 donation from Niji Bashira 5.
Niji.
Niji.
Hey Lewd, if you get first try Imperil, I'll double the donation I promised in my earlier accidentally anonymous donation about ectopuddings. Meow Meow Choco Cho Whirlwind Kick.
That's coming in a couple hours. Or hour and a half, I guess.
A couple of days.
You
yeah.
mean 2.5 days? Or what?
All these naps, I can't keep track of time anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I think the marathon has actually ended with how much we've been sleeping. Such a waste.
This is a terribly desolate
But it was good sleep, though.
It was.
What you don't know is this is a pre-recorded VOD, and we're just cutting out the sleeping portion.
that occurred 500 years ago.
So this is an accessory that's going to give us an end spell at the start of every fight for a trivial penalty of HP.
No, not actually.
Is it?
The end spells don't come with a penalty. Another accessory will come with a penalty, but that is in Frost, and that will give Lightning Ice elemental attributes, which combos well with Imperil, which we're going to have to farm.
Yeah, and the whole Final Fantasy XIII series, debuffs and buffs are just huge boosts to the amount of damage you can do. But in 13, I think a lot of casual runners didn't really realize the power, especially because it's often difficult to inflict the debuffs that will help you a lot.
Thanks, Finial.
Exactly. Thanks, Vinny.
Some say she's still trying to inflict poison to this day.
But they made it significantly easier in this game, so it's hard. There's RNG in getting the Imperil, but once we have Imperil, it's pretty easy to inflict, and so we can get that damage boost very easily.
Yes.
Keep in mind that it's almost time for you to return to the Ark.
Wait, really? There's a time limit?
Hey,
I
listen.
had no idea.
Also, since we're just running, I want to shout out to the donators who have done a great job of ending everything in 54 or having multiples of 54. Well done.
Here.
Well done.
I'd like to thank the Meow Meow Choco Chow fan group out there, causing Takaze have to read it out every single time.
And they're doing all this for a wonderful cause. Right, Chikaze?
Right. So, putting me on the spot, Sharky.
Sorry.
So if you didn't know, we are here supporting NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization. Their work is focused around 3 pillars: education and support, awareness, and advocacy. Let's So let's tell you a little bit about how one of these works. So for awareness, Nami participates in nationwide awareness opportunities like Mental Health Month, which May is currently Mental Health Month, Suicide Prevention Month, and Mental Health Awareness Week. Nami has partnerships with a wide range of companies and organizations that Nami uses to get their name and mission in front of new audiences.
I know you're wondering why I'm running in circles.
You have half an hour until you'll be transported back to the Ark.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, keep waiting.
In case you're wondering why this speedrun takes days to complete.
Wait for it. 54, 54.
There it is.
Yes! We were pausing for that.
No, we
Yes.
Definitely weren't doing anything else.
No, it was, we were trying to get this Meow Nexton to spawn. Unfortunately, as much as it's nice to escape a fight between the hours of 5 and 6 to immediately end the day, the enemy that only appears between the hours of 5 and 6 are Meow Nextons, and they have a really low spawn rate.
Yeah, so,
So
we,
my step count was a bit off there.
we had to get to 6 p.m. or 6 o'clock as fast as possible. We could wait, or we could get the battle and then take that penalty again from escaping.
I wish you would say English words as well as you say enemy names.
What, like Steve?
Ay, ¿por qué?
In case you forgot, this is Lightning Returns.
Yes.
In case you forgot, this is Lightning Returns.
Well,
Welcome back to the Ark. Thank you for staying at the Ark.
We have $5.40 from the Chain Nerd. Here's 54 dimes.
Yes!
Because you asked so nicely, Chow, Choco, Meow, Meow. Wait a second.
What if all these donators actually have the correct text and then Takaze is just messing it up?
I mean, I would get up and leave like the legend did, but
Thank you for sticking with us.
So this progresses Main Quest 5, which we actually started in the middle of all that.
Yeah, we found Saz.
We found Saz. We found Dodge. Dodge is sleeping, which for some reason is bad. I'm not sure why. I love sleeping. But we need to wake him up, and the way to do that is, of course, by finding 6 random fragments. And we found one of them near Saz, because he's really bad at hide and seek. And
Yeah, one was right outside his door.
the other one was held by Chocolina.
You might recognize this enemy from 13.
Very powerful defense until its shell gets removed when it gets staggered. So once again, we just use the same pattern of debuffing and staggering to get as much damage as possible.
So once again, Hope tries to get around our cutscene skipping by putting his dialogue in an unskippable cutscene, but he is not immune to the power of
The
X.
bandit gang was watching you from the very beginning. It seems like
Okay, so now it's time for our farming section.
So we picked up an item that will help with this. We're going to go ahead and equip it. Doesn't really matter where. Not that one.
Yeah, the bracelets count no matter which.
We're going to make a save, and then we're going to fight in the chaos.
challenges ahead of you, Light.
cross them fingers, boys.
Step 1 is find Desert Sahagin.
Step 2 is beat Desert Sagan. Step 3, hope. Nope.
Nope, that is a Gurren Rouge.
So welcome to Point Break, Lightning Returns. Just surf on the sand.
That is not a Sahagin, I think. That was, yep, that was a Goblet. He was still chasing me. Go away. Go away. All right, thank you.
Just keep running, just keep running, just keep running.
Gurren catch.
So I'm sure you can imagine in the context of trying to get a record in this game how frustrating this RNG could be. First, trying to get this guy to spawn, and then it's 60% for us, but it's going to be 30% without the extra accessory they went for. So
Yeah, if you're making serious world record type attempts, you're trying to do this as soon in the run as possible and just retrying if it doesn't happen the first or second attempt.
So this is a fun spawn.
These don't count toward the earlier possible donation.
There he is.
You think you can be forgiven?
I'm doing weird things again.
Okay, we got debuffs.
Time to
We got stagger.
And you have to complete the fight to see the item drops in order to know whether you've gotten it. So it's not like 13-2 where you're going for a feral link creature and you can see before.
We got some.
Did we get it?
It looked like it. Yay!
First try.
$54. That has never happened before. First try in a marathon? What?
Right.
It's probably due to this donation from Tried Torum for $10.54. And they say, it's been a long time since I've seen a Lightning Returns run. I'm playing this run on a speaker in class, and my students are laughing at every meow meow choco chow they hear. Good luck to Lewd, and may Imperil farming may take less than 54 attempts.
I hope they will.
I think they did.
I mean, we could just reload the save and try again.
They asked, take less than 54.
54 what?
I think they want us to get 54 imperils.
Oh, well, okay, now I gotta go back, sorry. Yeah, so it is required that we get 54 imperils. You only get one per fight, and there are only 50 Desert Sahuagins in the game, so...
New Game Plus, all right.
By the way, that donation was to your choice, Lewd.
I will give it to Kasa's choice.
My choice?
Nah,
The
I'm
next unmet incentive. Incentive.
Incentive.
Oh, look at me.
I will check what the next
Look at me. I know how to
unmet
pronounce the
incentive
word
is.
rouge. Ooh. I know to speak English. Incentive. All right. We have an Imperil. We're going to equip the Imperil. The Imperil has been equipped. I'm going to also equip other things here. Not that. That was not what I wanted. That should have been equipped a long time ago. Whoops. I don't want this.
So oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just speaking to myself.
Oh, I was going to say the next unmet incentive is another Tales of Fantasia incentive, which is Solo Chester versus the final boss. And that's about $402 away from being met.
I would like to see that. So definitely everybody get your donations then. I would love to see a solo fight.
And there's also plenty of naming incentives, too, for Tales of Fantasia.
I would like to take Costa's choice back. No, I'm kidding.
I agree with her.
Was that Takaze that just said that?
It's been a long stream.
Speaking
what
of
did I-
long things, this is actually the longest day in the speedrun. We are not going to sleep at an inn at any point.
I'm going to get tired if we don't get a nap in.
This is also a really long hallway.
I know, right?
Hallways in my Final Fantasy 13.
So we're going to be finishing main quest 2 now, but it's a rather long journey to that point. But as I promised, we're not going to be sleeping at an inn at any point. Instead, we're going to hold a staring contest with this guy until 6 o'clock.
He's got an eye patch and a gas mask.
It is now 6 p.m. All right, now we can actually do the thing.
We have a $154 donation from some guy named Sharky.
Hi there.
What?
Can I reach it?
Biggest
Can
plot
we
twist.
clap, please?
You don't have to clap for me. Thank you.
Putting my money where my mouth is. Meow, meow, choco, chow. Also, can anyone read my shirt? I can't from here, I'm sorry.
What direction is left?
It's not the left hand.
It's the way that moves you directly in front of the screen Luda's looking at.
I blame you for that last failed dodge.
Sadly, I had to make that shirt. They don't sell it in stores.
Every day it manufactures tons of food and goods, which are then distributed around the world. It produces
So unfortunately, this segment is pretty tight on time, unlike most of the other parts of the speedrun, actually. But I can only afford to escape from 2 encounters, otherwise I won't meet a deadline. So if I get another fight from this point forward until I get to that deadline, I will have to fight it.
My sensors are picking up chaos infusions throughout
Hey,
the sea.
listen.
If you keep going
That is
Oh
not
boy.
an enemy I want to see right now.
Not a whole lot of other options.
Hey, buddy.
there. I wouldn't want
I
to
wish I
miss
had a
the big bash.
Decepticol right now.
Nice.
Thank you.
light
Good
is
dodge.
bad. The chaos just keeps on spreading.
No, Dodge isn't here. He's in the research camp.
I rate it 54 out of 10.
Those fireworks
Probably saved about 54 seconds from not having to fight him.
today, like
Yeah, I think that's a safe estimate. So this is a big enemy called a Cyclops.
Time
You may recognize how we're going to kill him, but we have Imperil, so we'll hit him a little harder this time.
So we have the Infrost accessory, which means anytime we want to use Infrost, we can just have the accessory on, but we still have the Infire and Thunder potions when we need those specific spells. Right now it looks like Infrost is good enough. So the Warrior's potion was enough.
The Cyclops actually is able to rage, which makes it really mad. It means to hurt you more, but generally it just tends to hurt everyone.
He dishes more damage. He also takes more damage.
Yes, that.
things here and left them to rot. I doubt you'll find any hidden treasures.
Spoilers, there's a hidden treasure. Kind of more.
So right here is an id card.
How do you spell that?
It's spelled just as it sounds.
It should be more than enough to get you into the Augur's Quarter. I guess the original
Is there an ego card too? Or?
into a hungry monster.
Now don't go. Don't push that too far.
We did just pass Schrodinger's cat.
I thought it was just Schrodinger.
That enemy is titled Schrodinger, and it's a cat in a pot. Is it living? Is it dead? Yes.
We should ask Pavlov's
And
dog.
no. I would like to use the id card. So this is a fun id card.
Welcome to Philosophy Returns Final Fantasy 13.
You should find your way out of here. You need to focus on reaching the Augur's Quarter.
This area
If
looks
you have
familiar.
ID, you'll be able to walk straight into the Augur's Quarter through the front gate.
This isn't the last time we're going to run through this area. In fact,
Before the delivery starts,
get used to the scenery because it's not going to change for the next 10 minutes.
Yusna's wealth and
So now which main quest are we working on?
2.
Yes. So we're in Yusnan. We're trying to push through that part of the story. It's a very extravagant town. They have lots of shows going on. They have a big party every night. The fashion is very eclectic, so be careful if you really care about fashion. Oh gosh, what's that man wearing?
It's high fashion. You would understand.
Is that a chessboard top hat?
Funnily enough, it will not be the last time we see a chessboard in this game.
Okay, so we're going to pick up a couple of bravery potions. Those are useful for, I think we're using them on the one of the incentives that's coming up, right?
Yes. But even without that, we would be buying at least one for a fight. Oh, he wants fireworks, and we managed to get 3 fireworks.
How did we get them?
I believe we said a certain phrase. What was it?
Roosta, do you remember?
If there are any donations, now's a good time to... No, not that one. 54? No.
No.
Heroes Never Die?
That one, yeah.
That was it.
We have a $5.54 donation from Anonymous. Hey, Lewd. It's almost 6. It's actually 6 a.m. for me. Good luck with the Temple of Augusta. Meow, meow, 54!
That was it.
That
was the phrase.
That sounds right. All right, so the deadline in question is for this guy. We have to start into fireworks by 22:30, and so if we had skipped another encounter by escape, we would be just a hair too late.
Yeah, we'd hit the deadline about now.
We're gonna go shopping for a little bit, pick up a garb that will help with an incentive, a weapon that will increase strength, and you know, I feel rather sentimental here. There's a I feel like I want to call back to an earlier part of the stream, if you remember. I kind of don't remember because I fell asleep halfway through, but let's see. Meow meow choco chow.
Was it Meow Meow Choco Chow or Meow Meow Thanks for Neil? We have a $54.54 from Anonymous, who thinks it's Meow Meow Thanks for Neil.
I support this.
Thank you. We picked up a garb there by talking to the 4th Meow Meow Choco Chow. We'll use it for one of the incentives later. It's actually a Final Fantasy XIV reference, I believe.
It is, yes. It's the Makode outfit, which is for the cat people.
Oh, I thought it was the Mike coat dress.
Holding it in. Holding it in.
It's okay, Casa, I'm here for you.
Sounds nice enough.
Thank
Maybe
you.
I'll get to see it someday if it exists.
Takaze and Kaza are going to meet at 54's Anonymous later.
I'm going to show you my name tag one more time.
Oh, sorry, it's Casa.
There you go. You kept calling me Kaza.
I can't English, I'm sorry.
I thought it was Queso. Like, I thought that was a reference to cheese.
I was thinking it's more like a house.
It's queso?
To be
Casa.
fair, that's not the first time I've heard that.
Oh.
Speedruns con queso here at RPG Limit Break 2018. Sponsored by Twitch.
So we have a good donation here, and Lewd, you'll probably know who this is pretty quickly. So it's a $25.54. Yo. Oh. What's up, Lewd? Of course, that's Trojan Dude. Thanks, Trojan. Awesome to see you running some sweet Lightning Returns action, and I'm sad that I'm not getting to meet you at the event this year. Here's to 54 Imperil drops during the run.
Damn, I have to go back now. I have to return.
You have to save, right? You can
If
just...
you forgot, this is Lightning Returns.
I just realized there's a feather in that chessboard hat.
All right, so if you thought we were done running around, joke's on you. We get to backtrack again. Yay!
What color are they?
Easy for you to say.
Wouldn't you like to know?
If there's time to read, I really don't want to read this donation.
There's definitely time.
So please, be doing something important and talk about it instead.
No.
We have a $54 donation from Anonymous. Let's hear it for the announcer, right? Meow. He's doing a great job, and we should be grateful for Meow, such much work he's putting in. It takes a great person to do this when he could be off in the crowd eating Choco Chow. Money goes to my choice for having to read that.
First, you have to join the slaughterhouse tourney.
So, if you remember Final Fantasy VI, there was a Coliseum people really liked there. You could get all kinds of stuff.
The guards are only doing their
They remembered this idea. We brought it back for a couple of minutes.
I won't go easy on you.
So, go ahead.
So we've lined the story up now. This is main story 2 things we're doing, but the last fight's going to be from main story 5, right?
Yes, we've got 3 pieces here to advance the Yusnan story, and then the 4th one will help us out with Saz.
So just a little bit of the order of things are done. So while we're here, we can take care of this all at once.
Yes.
Go.
Ha 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 ha.
I will fight evil.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm throwing random spells.
So this was from the tutorial, but we never talked about it. Some of the abilities are actually defensive, and if you use them right as you get hit, it's called a perfect guard. You don't take any damage, and some enemies will have the stagger gauge jump up on them as well. So he actually staggered that Anubis by blocking its attack.
I won't turn
Yeah, that's
back
the
now.
backup if you mess up and you don't stagger with spells.
Evil has a price.
This is a bit
Time to
scary.
repent.
There. What am I doing? Still don't know what I'm doing. I think I did a different stagger than you're supposed to do there. I think I staggered by attacking the head instead of with spells. But it worked.
Backup strats.
I applaud.
You know, I'm not really happy with how I did that fight. I think I'm going to do it again.
Are we going to get that chance? Do we have to wait a while, or?
No, I'm just going to reset to the Imperial save.
Okay.
This is not. Are you going to end?
Whoops. That's not what I wanted to
Are
do.
you going to enter the tournament?
Oh,
Alright, this is for main quest 5, but it's the same fight as previously. I could have actually put the Midnight Mauve. Midnight Maeve.
It's too late. You already said it right once.
Shoot! That's how that fight's supposed to look.
Yeah, that was a bit quicker. Okay, so we've got our things we need for the current quest. We've got our thing we need for Saz. I think we need to go check out the checkerboard hat one more time.
Yep. But first, we're going to put the dress on.
For those of you that are sensitive to fashion, this is your one reprieve. This is actually a nice dress.
A little sad that you didn't go for Midnight Mojave. See, that seems like the word you would go for.
Are you just trying to make yourself TikTok?
No, see, Mojave is a desert. That's the other area.
We have a $5.40 donation from Jordan Cash. This is the best cast ever. P.S. Meow, meow, Choco, Chow.
Now, to be clear, this isn't a cast.
It's a couch. People on the couch.
Brace yourself for the jokes.
Oh no, 200 gil got stolen. Whatever shall I do? That kid actually is part of a side quest where he steals something from you. You go back to him. He hands it back to you. You talk to someone who knew his father. He gives you a letter. The kid manages to steal the letter. You go to the kid, say, "Read the letter you just stole." Kid reads the letter and then gives you his soul.
So
Okay.
It makes sense in the context of the game.
we're protecting you from the story in this game's case. The garbs are extra important because quests are your other way to improve your stats and abilities, and out of the 60 of them, I think we skip about 54.
So, in the cutscene that is being skipped right now, we just blew up the stage. If you forgot, this is Lightning Returns.
So those of you that have nostalgia for about an hour and 15 minutes ago, you may recognize the next area we're going to.
So I'm doing a chronostasis here to be safe because time is tight again. But in any case, if there are any donations, now is a good time to read them.
I mean, these donations are pretty much just making me say Meow Meow Choco Chow.
What better reason?
I'm waiting.
We have $13.54 from Tiornis, donating
Hey,
in honor of Sharky actually following through. Have fun with the incentive fights, and Meow Choco Mo Chio Dolphin 50 Rooster Shark 4.
Watch out for monsters.
Yeah, Tiornis is a great guy. I just found out he's the only person in the 13 community older than me. That's why most people think I'm Saz, because old man, new tricks.
It's time to wrap this up.
I'm having too much fun, man. Otherwise, you'd done gone and made me mad.
I may have actually got jump scared from that.
How about a sad special?
I just can't catch a break with these jokes.
I don't think I have to remind you, but Snow is still a seed. Thanks to his bonds with the Fell Sea God, he's been granted special powers.
Caution, this hope speech contains trace amounts of the story of Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII.
A beast without a mind or a heart. That's one fact I really don't need reminding of.
We have $29.16 from Cinder Phoenix. Let's not start the fantastic puns here. Iris Best Waifu?
It was only by having each other that we made it through those horrifying days. We all shared that fate once, including Snow.
We have $5.40 from Mark in Austin. Yan Yan Choco Gohan? For Nami, here's 13.3 times 54 cents.
That's some good math. It's also good dodge.
That is almost always his altus in my experience.
We have $10.54 from X Pendulum. I'll donate it $10 if you die to Atticus. Oh wait, wrong game, sorry.
Shoot.
Excited for 999,999 whirlwind kicks in 2 hours. Let's go loot and couch.
So we just ran through the old tutorial area from the prologue, and now we're in a newly unexplored area, which is surprisingly more hallways.
We have $5.54 from Mutated Scott. Can't wait for the upcoming release of Final Fantasy XIII 54. Only hope remains.
So this is a bird.
It's very similar
Enough
to
said.
Gahongus.
Are you Gahongus farming?
No,
Your part is over.
I just don't like birds, okay?
I hear they're jerks.
Only if they're chocobos, right? Those are the jerk birds?
I think all birds are jerks. We have $5.54 from Zero Scar. 50 Meow Choco 4. Did I do it right? Instead of making the donation reader say Meow Meow Choco Chow, I'm going to make them say Univels Zero Escagal.
What?
Oh, okay. Putting the two names for Bunivels and Escrigal together.
That's Erishkagal. At least that's how I pronounce it. I don't
I
know.
thought
That was Steve.
Steve Avelza.
Steve.
Did we find any good items? Anything special in that area?
Yeah, we found an item that I'm not going to use
So why did we get it?
because it provides 54 resistance.
Are you planning?
It's actually the only reason why they get it.
That's not RNG, that's scripted.
We have $5.40 from Linkmaster. It just says, "Hi Sharky,"
Hey, Link.
and there's a little like waving emote.
Hi there.
Check them out. I've managed to pull up a map of the palace, and there's a room ahead that seems promising. It's labeled as Snow's Chambers. Perhaps you can find some clue about that seal.
Wait, this is Snow's house?
There's no way this is Snow's house.
Balance his layout. This should be Snow's room. But
Doesn't look very comfortable, like a cage made to hold some wild beast.
If there are any donations.
Still just.
I have a $1.08 $1.08 donation that says, "Here's two 54-cent coins I just had lying around." I don't think those exist. That was from RPG Book Club.
Ah.
There's got to be a place where that's the currency.
We have $5.54 from Shala Kitty. So you heard about Meow Meow Choco Chow, but how about Kupo Moogle Munch?
Kupo what lunch?
Moogle Munch.
Oh.
Double stagger. This fight is very similar to several we've seen so far. Stagger, debuff, finish him off.
You'll notice sometimes when you stagger, they'll get debuffs, which are slightly, they have different names, but they have the same effect based on the icon. But the icon has a hexagon instead of a square, so you can tell what you got from the debuff or from the stagger, what you got from your saboteur abilities. But you'll especially see that in play for the incentive Arrow Knight, where those are really important, and there's multiple staggers.
You like deprotect, how about unprotect?
And you can have both inflicted at the same time.
Is it my birthday?
Alright, so we're now going to fight the boss of Main Quest 2.
Have we seen him before? Is he familiar to us?
There's no way we've seen it before. Oh, it's Snow!
You already made that joke.
There's no way I made that joke before.
He retried that joke. It cost us an hour. Snow is tough enough we need to use maybe 1 or 2 instances of bullet time, but he goes down the same way as the rest of the fights do. Our numbers are actually getting a little bit bigger. We're getting into the 10,000s now.
How do you
was
kill
Snow.
Snow, though, when he does Steel Guard, though?
Steel Guard!
Steel Guard!
Steel Guard!
No, come on, guys, we got this. Steel Guard!
Wait, I know this one. Steel Guard!
If you forgot, this is Lightning Returns.
I think that was... Who's the voice actor? Is it Troy Baker?
It's Troy Baker.
Yeah. Troy Baker and Ali Hillis, I think, did a wonderful comedy routine that's somewhere on YouTube.
We have a $2.54 from Devise12. Hey, Lewd, I think this question's for you. How many Meow Meow Choco Chows does it take to get to the center of a lollipop?
It takes Meow Meow 54 Choco Chows.
I thought the world would never know.
They might never know, but they can chow.
Okay.
Ow. Chow. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Nice
They
try.
can Choco Chow. There we go.
So we got done with Snow's part of the story. He was one of the main quests. And now I think we're going to find another character we may have been nostalgic for somewhere around here. We're back in the Wildlands, and we can actually see Lightning because her dress is... what color is that?
Yeah, what color is it?
It's all the rage.
I thought it was like movie.
It's some kind of mix of like red and purple.
Light. Keep in mind that it's
I don't know, I got nothing for this
It's
one.
about the color of Katz's face after hearing us try to say these colors.
It's about the color of the bruise that will be on my head later when he punches me.
Oh, come on, I'm being much more annoying. I think you're safe. Okay, who have we found? Never mind. We'll figure it out later.
So now for some of the worst enemies of the game.
Let's start a stampede.
So the angel fights with us, which helps.
And the first fight's done. Easy, right?
You would think that.
Let's make it a little harder.
So the problem with dryads is we might find out. Let's see if we do first. I don't want to spoil it.
Actually, I think we're good.
Evil has a price.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah. If they get some damage and then some time to themselves, they like to call in friends. And those friends call friends, and then they have friends, and it's just, it's a mess.
I will fight evil.
So one dryad calls 2 dryads, and then those 2 call 2 dryads. And that's like 10 dryads, right?
Yeah.
How many calls does it take to get to 54?
You did it! You got rid of the monsters that were terrorizing the Moogles.
Wait, these are Moogles?
Wait. What? Moogles? Where?
Were there any Moogles we were especially attached to?
Whoa.
Come back.
That's Mog.
Oh my. Many of you may be, if you played 13-2, you really just enjoyed throwing him into walls over and over and over again.
Oh no, I threw him off a cliff.
How did he get back?
Why?
And finally, we are done with day 6.
Well, almost.
Not a single inn was visited that day. But 2 staring contests were held, so
Wait, there's still 37 minutes left in the day. How are we gonna get through this?
I'm just gonna...
Run in a circle?
Usually there's a spawn right there. That's weird that didn't happen. Okay, well.
I'm just gonna wait for it. Wait for it.
So this is the Wildlands. These are Yogged Woods. You know, that's the inside of the Chocobo. Yep, that's a good camera angle.
This is a fun enemy spawn.
So this is a fun area.
We have a $5.40 donation from Lexicona sitting there in the audience,
Hey, Lexi.
obligated to donate these 54 dimes as the rest of the community in as well. And always, Meow Meow Choco Chow.
finally.
Let's
Sorry,
start
go ahead.
stampede.
No, I'm not going to repeat that.
I got excited.
I'm pretty sure I missed that. What was that?
We interrupted you, please.
Nothing. Nothing. It was nothing.
I couldn't hear it.
Meow Meow Choco Chow.
Thank you.
What game were we playing?
Meow
You
Meow,
know,
Meow Meow Choco Chow.
I honestly
returns.
don't remember at this point. It's been so long.
Yeah.
I don't know why we agreed to a 2-day 30-hour, 54-minute run.
It's so nice that we have all these wonderful people that are going to hang out with us that entire time. Right, guys? No? Okay, we better save a few more frames.
We have a $5.54 donation from Hemtocrit. You can lead a chocobo to water, but you can't make him meow meow choco chow. We have a $5.54 donation from Connery. Fun fact number 21. If you take the 21 from Lewd's Twitter handle and add 2 and 1 to each digit, you get 54. Like it's meant to happen. Put this towards King Frost in DDS 1 because fighting Hems is a whole lot of fun, and good luck to Lewd and PPJ in their runs respectively.
Thank you.
Connery's an old friend.
So if there are any donations now, I'm sorry. I think that joke ran its course.
That's okay. He's an old friend, and he used to run 13 a long time ago. I think he had some Mario World records too at one point.
We have a $10.54 donation from Analyze Games. Pretty sure this person is a they like the Demon Chocobo, is what I'm getting at. All this time spent with the Angel Chocobo is really the opposite of what I'm looking for in a Final Fantasy game. Put this donation to High Priest Vuligin's choice, Meow Meow Dolphin's Couch.
What is Bulo's choice?
We'll take a tour of the town of Poutine while he thinks about it. Wait, that's not right. What do
This
they call
is
place?
Polta.
Okay.
We were here previously. We picked up beggar's beads.
Do you have any food there?
Are you hungry now? I'm sorry.
We have a $5.40 donation from Strawberry. I hope you still feel meow when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one meow closes, I hope one door opens. Promise me that you'll give a Choco a fighting chance, and when you get the choice to sit in or dance, I hope you chow.
I would clap, but my hand's kind of, busy.
That was impressive.
Yeah, and then I ran out of stamina, so it's less impressive.
A presence appeared in the temple.
Fun fact, that's an ATB gauge of sorts.
Is someone manipulating the chaos somehow? Or does it actually have a will of its own? The
Caution,
chaos in
these
that
scenes
temple
contain trace amounts of the
is
story
not
from
the
Lightning
whole
Returns
content.
Final Fantasy
That
XIII.
is obvious enough.
That is obvious enough.
We try and talk over Hope as much as we can, but there's only so much we can do.
And he talks way more than we ever could.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
We have a $20 donation from Space Bazooka 400N. Greetings, Lewd. Hope you have a great run. I'm actually watching live this year.
I know that guy. He's a friend of mine. Well, he's the friend of mine.
Can't detect anything doesn't mean there's nothing lurking.
Is that implying that you think you only have one friend?
I wouldn't trust your
I am happy that I have
going on.
a friend.
I mean, all 54 of us here really appreciate what you're doing. Led by High Priest Vulichim.
I'm pretty sure Lewd's face is a little rogue now, too.
She's connected. The unseen.
No, the Space Bazooka is actually a college friend of mine from a decade ago that we still meet every once a month to hang out and talk about Scrubs and How I Met Your Mother. So
I'm fine. No need.
So I think this is where we run into those puddings that were mentioned earlier, right?
yes, this is the pudding dungeon.
Okay.
I also forgot to mention that
These are puddings.
Padres
Oh, boy.
Zerhuel, the girl who could see the future.
Wait,
The dodge is so easy. I don't know why anyone ever fails it.
Caius is here.
that's never happened before.
Would you say it's a fun dodge?
Is
Yes.
she just a fragment
So
of the chaos?
if they see you immediately, you're kind of trapped.
She was reborn over and over again until Caius
So welcome to Ratchet and Clank, Final Fantasy XIII.
inside this great chaos.
When you're first learning this run, you fall down a lot.
Also, caution, this part of the game has spoilers for Final Fantasy 13 too.
I was actually going to mention that if you've played 13-2, you'll recognize one of the characters that's around right now.
So a few things to point out, though. You might notice that Hope's dialogue is a bit staticky because apparently the chaos affects the radio waves. However, it does not affect the "you lost an hour of time because you escaped from a fight" dialogue, as well as the "it's almost 6 o'clock. I'm sure you know what that means" dialogue.
Lou's not better.
Hard to imagine
So
what it's like.
you always
For
had
millennia,
another
Yules were
character
born
that was
into the world
around.
over and over.
I can never get the name
Shared
right
the same
though.
soul. They weren't the same person with
Kaio's
every
Ballad?
incarnation. Each Yule
Was it
different,
Kyo's
but
little monster? No,
each of
no,
them
not
No.
Kyo's little monster.
No.
Different guy.
the same heavy burden.
Caius.
And as each soul
No,
returned
that's-
to
Caius?
chaos, it was drawn to the others.
Caius.
Become one,
Ooh.
a cancerous mass of sorrow
Oh, hi.
and pain.
Oh, bye.
Twice?
Back here in this temple,
Buy a lottery ticket, man. Dang.
she is the source of the
And then
great
donate the
chaos.
winnings to Nami.
So if it wasn't mentioned earlier, those are pretty notoriously hard to dodge.
They are.
Yeah, it's been an interesting run. We've had first try in peril, and we warned about multiplying enemies, nothing happened. Aggressive enemies, nothing happened. So, all in all, it's been pretty nice.
Except for it takes like 20 years for a Meonectin to spawn. So.
Oh, true, yeah.
Dear Strimmer, is this world record?
Is this a randomizer?
This is so vanilla.
Is this even randomized?
Too soon, man. Too soon.
You might also have noticed that my HP is actually very slowly dropping. It's like dropping by 0.1% every so often, which means absolutely nothing.
I don't know. I mean, I think by the end of this, you might be down about 54 health points.
Hello.
What?
Goodbye. So much for that dream.
Oh, that spooked me.
You escaped from harm.
I don't remember how much was going to be donated per ecto pudding, but
Isn't it $20 each now? Because it's doubled because you got first try in peril.
yes, that's probably yeah. And I also had the beggar speed, so it's doubled again, 40. This is a chaos place, so
double.
80.
Sadly, that person is going to end up donating $23,476 by the time we get done multiplying.
Hope
Isn't that
wasn't
like
careful.
54 less than
No,
23,800?
destroyed the world.
Almost.
All the Yules. They've grown
The
together
person's
like
probably
a
staggered by
cancer.
how much they have to donate, so that's a little extra too, right?
Yeah. They might need to shift to a different paradigm.
Yes, those poor girls were destined to die.
Or as one of my favorite streamers called it,
Their feelings and
paradigisms.
thoughts became part of the chaos, made it powerful, gave it purpose. They're bending it to
Sadly,
their will.
this
And if it's
speech
released,
contains
it'll
trace
destroy
amounts of the
everything
story of
we're
Lightning Returns.
Actually, trace amounts of 13 too. Wow.
No more destiny. No
Okay,
more fate.
let's fight
end
Kaios.
this once
Wait.
and for all.
Hey, buddy.
So in casual, this is a really difficult fight. In the speed run,
You pretty much can't go out of bullet time if you want to beat this. But if you do,
that was Caius.
It's like you didn't even try, Kyo. Come on, man.
And that actually finishes main quest 3. And by beating Caius, we actually finally, for a long awaited time, can finally equip his sword.
yes, Kaio's Revenge is actually one of the best swords you can pick up.
We have a $10 donation from Escape for a Living. Hi all, pleasure to be able to watch this event once again. Good luck to all the runners.
So you may remember Adonis from many minutes ago.
Remember on day 2 when we started this quest? We're turning it now on day 7.
So he's going to introduce us to another old friend, and I don't have a pun for this one, sadly.
They've got a bit
Oh,
of a
hey,
fight.
it's Fong.
I'm just glad we avoided the Yule Christmas joke.
So the boss turned out to be someone.
You have any idea how long I practiced those?
Do you realize how long I played 13-2 and I never thought Yule and Knoll as a Christmas thing?
Yeah.
Well, yes, we did
Wait, what?
fight together once.
You know that old Christmas carol, The First Leon?
Yeah, I get it now.
Yeah, it works. Okay, back to the game.
Which is Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. In case you forgot.
Fun fact, Lightning is in high heels and can still dash in snow.
What?
Or not snow. This is not snow. What? Snow?
This is sand.
There's no way this is snow.
I mean,
Oh,
if
that's-
2B
Whoa,
can do it,
Ominous looking sphere over there.
Weird.
I don't know what that is.
I think if we go too close, it's going to be a near-death experience. We need to keep running.
Huh. Oh well.
That'll never come up again.
we have a $54 donation from Silverfire.
Nice.
Nice.
Hi, Cell. Without Earthbound this year, there isn't enough Jeff at RPG Limit Break, so let's fix that by naming Clarf Jeff. So that goes to one of the characters in the next run, Tales of Fantasia.
Jeff.
Meow, meow, Jeffy Jeff.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we could probably change like character names to like Meow, Meow, Choco, Chow at this point.
There are 4 characters.
There's actually 5, I believe.
That's what we should have called
Meow,
Fang.
meow, Choco, Chow. There we go.
So Lightning and Jeff here are going to run through this palace.
There's nowhere to rest in the ruins if you get hurt. Sure, there are shortcuts back up to the surface, but most are sealed.
Fang's right.
And they will remain closed the entire time. Because why do we need the exits when we have cactuars?
Isn't that what I'm here for?
Sorry, I was responding to in-game dialogue in case everyone was wondering.
So, mild fun fact about this area that we're in, some of the doorways have clocks on them, and depending on what time it is, they'll either open or close. So it's a maze, and it's a little bit shifting sands is maybe the right way of looking at it. I don't know. It can trip you up if you're not careful.
Fled the order shortly after, alone. I'm getting strange readings
Whee!
from that skeleton statue. If you destroy the statue, you may find treasure.
Hope got upset when he heard Fang talking so much, so he had to.
This section is actually kind of funny because Hope and Fang can sometimes interrupt each other. And Fang can sometimes interrupt herself too, which is amusing.
You can't even date them with all your technology?
Well,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
this is a family-friendly event. Let's not talk about romance.
I thought it might help you find the Clavis if I could find out more about who built these ruins and why. But it looks like that's simply not possible.
It's hard to believe that up until
There we go.
I was stuck in that crystal pillar. It was a long sleep. Well, hell, it's been hundreds of years since the days
We have a 25 donation from Meow. This donation is in honor of Rivers McCown and the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Randomizer community. I mean, we were talking about a lot of randomizer, and I think Rivers over there probably snuck that one in.
Fang talking about her long crystal sleep. I think we know a thing or two about long sleeps after playing this game.
We've had a few naps.
I haven't been to an inn in a while. I'm feeling pretty tired.
Yeah.
I mean, my eyes are rather dry after having been in a staring contest for 10 hours, so...
I'm always most confused when I first wake up. Like, it was Rivers and High Spirits on the couch for one of the earlier runs, right? Or was that Riku? I can't tell those two apart.
I
Yes.
see what you did there.
Just, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's almost certain that you won't be able to open it without a special crux designed for such a purpose. Find that crux.
Get to the crux of the matter.
I have a $5.40 from Zellboy. Hey, can anyone tell me what game this is? I keep hearing something about chaos and animals. What a strange Sonic game. For the announcer's sake, I won't have him say, do the cat sounds, bird food saying. Thanks, buddy.
See, if I were him, I would actually write... I would not have him say the words Meow Meow Choco Chow.
I'm pretty sure we already got one of those in there.
Oh, okay.
So welcome back to Sonic 2006 Final Fantasy 13.
The good band it always is, right?
Are we trying to like get the Chaos Emeralds or something?
Yes.
That's what the tablets are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got the Pilgrim's Crux to get the tablet, to get the pieces of the Crux.
These
So
are
we
the-
can get the hook shot so we can enter Swamp and...
Then we can eventually get the Master Sword.
Are we in go mode yet?
I think we need 2 more Crux pieces. This might be an Aghanim seed, though.
You'll need to find 3 tablets to see them all. You have to raid all 3 shrines.
For those that don't know, just about everyone who gets into speed running eventually gets addicted to Lightning Returns rando. No, that's not right.
Everyone gets addicted to Lightning Returns.
Link to the Past rando.
I promise you, I'll never play Link to the Past or Rando it.
A light to the returns.
You say that now.
I say that for a very long time.
Oh look, a Gurengach. How did that happen?
He had so much to live for. You didn't even give him a chance.
You couldn't
He was
imagine
my way.
while we just watched as the world
Remind me never to get into an elevator with you.
That cat was really upset at whatever you just did.
Obviously, that's Schrodinger's cat.
So we picked up the Collector Catalog, which in previous games increased item drop rates.
Unless you were in easy
In
mode.
this game, no.
No, yeah, we won't go there.
It increases potion effect duration.
I think durations, maybe. Yeah.
What?
You know it, Vula?
So they changed the name from Doctor's Code to Collector's. Got it.
No, so Healer's Lore increases
That's it.
healing. Collector Catalog increases status enhancements from potions.
Yeah, there's no medics anymore. There's just potions.
And what does increase item durations, because you know Collector Catalog was already taken for some other purpose, was Beggar's Beats.
Beggars can't be choosers.
We have a $5.69 donation from Dorito Killer. Meow Mop Chocolate Cow or whatever. I missed the start of the run and just tuned in. I did good, right?
Yes.
It's close enough.
Thank you for jumping in.
Not like it's something I can brag about, though. It wasn't heroic at all. It was more like atonement
Caution,
for all
this
we
scene
did
contains
No?
various trace amounts of the story of Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII.
So this begs the question, which is worse, Hope or Fang? Hope.
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 Yeah, it's hope.
Hey, Lightning.
Not a
you
real
feeling
question.
this? The air's
She
different.
just interrupted herself.
Yeah, she did.
I think the couch is in some sort of agreement with each other for once.
Yes.
It's not going to happen again.
You escaped from home,
So we,
but in the outside world,
Go ahead.
I was going to say we have $27 from Niji Bashira. Here are the promised $2.7 per dodged ecto pudding, 5 of them, doubled by getting first try in peril. Your practicing RNG finally paid off.
And then the donation ended up being 54 divided by 2, so I think it was calculated.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, so we got 2 pieces of the crux. We need the third one, but we need the third tablet in order to get that.
We're still not in go mode.
So what better way to do this than to first take a really long nap?
Finally, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, it's been a long. That staring contest wore me out too.
Later, guys.
All right.
light. It's almost time to transfer
Sorry, did I
you
wake you
back
guys
to
up?
the Ark.
Sorry, I
So we got the nap edited out of the VOD. We're good.
Yeah, no,
Huh? What?
no one will say that.
No one will see that. Okay, good.
Right, Villagin?
So if there are any donations, now would be a good time.
So this is the last piece of that fetch quest. I think this is the third tablet.
So here's a mini game called How Far Can We Slide?
Welcome to Point Break, Final Fantasy XIII. Again.
Are you sure this isn't shield riding from Breath of the Wild?
I don't know, it looks a little bit more like Nier Automata. Castor, do you know anything about that?
No, about what? No, seriously, what?
Oh, Nier Automata.
All the sliding in a desert by like some chick in high heels.
No, I'm not sure I know what that game is.
Fun fact, if we fail
But
the
if it's,
final
if it's out, I would love to play it.
if we fail the final boss, is the disc going to eject?
I don't know why that would ever happen.
Hey,
Yeah,
we're
I-
playing on PC. That can't happen.
Good point. We don't have a disc.
We'll just eject the hard drive.
Just don't let Casa near the computer, okay?
I brought Keezer on a bottle. Nothing happened.
We have $5.55 from some guy on the couch named Roosta.
Hey, Roosta.
$5.55 because I know Lewd has OCD and this will bother him. Donation goes to Takaze's Choice for saying
Meow meow choco chow.
so many times.
No, that doesn't count. You have to say it.
Too bad.
Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your thunder there.
Donation goes to Takaze's Choice for saying meow meow choco chow so many times.
There it is.
At least you didn't steal his lightning.
Yeah.
Well, if he stole it, could he return it?
So there's fire, lightning, arrow, and ice in this game. Previous versions had Quake, but we don't have that anymore. And
Actually, Quake exists. It's an EP ability.
oh yeah, I've played more of the speed run than casual, so I missed so much stuff. Years ago, there was actually a runner we used to joke that would cast Quake on his desk every time he failed a boss fight. It was super effective.
That was a very intriguing scene. I was very enthralled.
Welcome back to Kaleidoscope, Final Fantasy 13.
Stare into the center of the kaleidoscope. You will donate $5.54 to the stream.
I will donate $5.55 to the stream.
I'm just
Shoot.
getting sleepy.
I was 0.1% too effective.
We have a $5.55 donation from Schultelheim. I'm a bit bummed that I couldn't attend this year, but I'll support you guys any way I can from the couch at home. Thanks for all you're doing. Thank you all for doing everything that you do.
So where are we headed now? We've got a couple more fights left to go, right?
We're going to go ahead and fight a cactuar.
Okay. Is there anything special about him?
Oh, wait, no, that's his actual name. Oh, that's why he's not reacting. Also, where am I? I didn't even know where I was running. Running in the wrong direction.
We have a $5.40 donation from Kyo's Little Monster.
Hey!
54 and Knuckles.
Oh, dear.
So are we doing anything special for this fight, or?
Well, we don't have... Also, I just remembered I forgot the equip. Chaos's Revenge.
Kaio's Revenge is very important.
Yo, dog, I heard you like tornadoes. So I overclocked Aerogas. There's Aeroga.
1,000 needles and cactars taking 1 damage. This is so much of my childhood.
So I have to ask a question here. With all those tornadoes and being in the desert, why isn't the theme song Sandstorm right now?
Actually, couldn't hear you.
Sorry, it's a little windy in here.
I was trying to make a joke about the song by Darude that is called Sandstorm.
Ha 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 ha. Sorry.
This is a lot more work than it should be.
I know.
This must be Wednesday.
So now that we've successfully tornadoed away all the sand in the desert...
You've never vacuumed the desert before?
No.
It's gonna look
Fun
clean.
fact, if you count up all the grains of sand in the desert, you get 54.
Wow.
So I'm going to fix these up since we had to swap this out briefly. And this, what was that? I don't even remember though. That can be this, yes. And I don't care about that. That's whatever. Cool. And I own a teleport. Yeah, that's all the rage. Yeah, so I summoned about 54 tornadoes in that fight. It's rather exhausting. I'm feeling pretty tired.
Oh boy. Have I? Yeah.
But it's only 6 o'clock. So first I'm going to head to the bar.
We've been up for 20 minutes.
This is a dry campus, Lew.
Oh boy.
My guitar, though.
So, we meeting?
Oh no, we
mean-
don't.
Oh,
Yeah, I screwed that up.
actually, we've skipped all the cutscenes. We haven't met you yet.
We're not going to.
All right, I am feeling pretty worn out.
All right, fine. It's nap time.
The bar tires you out.
It was the guitar.
Nice.
I woke up early, I'm sorry.
What game were you playing, by the way?
I don't know.
So to go over the naming sentences for Tales of Fantasia, which is coming up immediately after this run, we have 5 characters to name. Renaming, is it Archie or Arch?
Arch.
Arch. Currently in the lead is Tiger with $100, and Mete and Kiza need quite a bit of a work to catch up to that. Chester has Anime currently in the lead with only $5.54. Cress is in the lead with $125 with the name of Croas, with Bowie just a little bit behind with $95. Clarth, with the donation earlier, has Jeff in the lead with $54.
Jeff.
And the last nameable
Jeffy
character.
$4?
The last nameable character, Mint, has Waffle. The only donation with Waffle at $10. So if you want to see any names in there, go ahead and donate towards those because that will be coming up after this run. So if you wanted to get something like Meows and Chocos and Chows in there.
Hey, you said that of your own free will this time.
I didn't say it in order, so it doesn't make it quite as bad.
You should check for the donations then.
I was gonna say, in case people are wondering what the stream setup looks like outside of just the stream view, you'll see Casa looking over towards Takaze in anticipation of something.
An anticipation. I'm just gonna hit ignore right here.
No.
So we have a $5.55 donation from It's Casa. Lewd told me to. Also, Meow Choco Chow.
Okay, so we got another fight coming up. We're getting through the last bits of the 5 main quests. Things here, unfortunately. And I don't have a reference point for this fight.
The boss is totally connected to the story.
Yes, Parandus. See?
When you think Fang, you think Parandus, right? That's what I think.
There was all those memorable times back in 13 when...
Parandus wouldn't land poison.
Yes. We need a thanks Parandus emote, right? Okay, we've got all our debuffs on. We're going to need some extra bullet time to get all of our blitzes in. It's trying to get a big poison breath. Oh, it did. Okay. There we go.
And that's Parandus.
So all of the fights have been 20, 30, 40 seconds or so. Is that going to stay that way for the rest of the run?
No.
I know we've got a couple of quest things coming up, but do we have any big fights after that? Maybe something that people were encouraged to have you work on and show for us?
No, I think they were incentivized by Casa. All right, so we finished main quest 4, and now we're going to go to main quest 5, which has the hardest boss of the main quests. Super difficult. So hard.
I definitely don't detect any sarcasm.
But first, I'm going to buy some flowery shields because I can. Nope, not.
So just to get at what Sharky was saying, there were 3 incentives for lightning returns, all of which were met as kind of like kind of super bosses that do during the run or after the run. There's Arrow Knight. Did you guys already did that yet, or is that yet?
That's
still coming
is
up.
coming.
It's still coming up. But then after the run finishes, there is Bunavels Plus and Rishkagal, or I'm sorry, Steve.
Yes.
Steve 1 and Steve 2.
Steve 1 and Steve 2. Okay. I'm glad that I'll
we got to
write
come
that
up.
down.
Let's come up with a better. Let's call the plus boss. We'll call him Mike. How about that?
See, I can't get mad at him for getting the name wrong because he's honestly doing it not knowing
Not knowing.
how to say it.
I mean, is there any? It doesn't. Do they ever say the name in the game?
Yes, they do.
Wow.
It's Bunavelza.
Oh, yeah.
Spoilers.
that. All right, time for the final boss of... Well, not final boss. Time for main quest 5 boss.
Caution.
It's Dodge. Oh, my gosh!
Caution. This couch cane.
And we beat him. Yay!
Caution. This couch contains trace amounts of the story of Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. Thanks. It's Casa. I got it right this time.
You did. I'm so proud.
De nada.
So we're going to pay one last visit to Canopus Farms. Not normally done in speedrun, but I do need a couple extra things in order to beat Steve 0.
It's so nice that we can finally see lightning in this area.
We made that joke already. And we've never repeated a joke a single time.
It's
in
so
this
nice
entire
that we can
run.
finally see lightning in this area.
We made that joke before.
How many times will that joke be repeated?
54 times.
We have a $31 donation from Cinder Phoenix. Let's get Bowie the hero named. Meow Meow Choco Chow.
All doing great.
I believe that went to naming Crest in the Tales of Fantasia run, naming Crest Bowie, of course. Which, let me check, might put Bowie in the lead. Yes, it does.
The suspense was just killing me, man.
It was beautiful.
This is my cheat sheet.
My cheat sheet just has Meow Meow Choco Chow written.
Translated into 27 different languages.
You could have said 54 different languages.
Translated into 27 languages. I did that twice. That's 54.
There you go. Good job.
It's so nice that we can finally see lightning in this area.
She was thinking.
Yeah.
In case you forgot, I have no idea what game this is. Because the game never tells me in a loading screen what game this is. So.
Welcome to
The game- it
Kaleidoscope
says-
Final Fantasy 13.
It says now loading. Is that the name of the game?
Oh, right. Now loading. ...
Ellipses.
Yeah.
Hey, shut up.
You're welcome. Okay, now we can finally build some suspense for our first donation incentive.
Yep, we are going to switch things up here. We're fighting an enemy that is so strong. I don't know how in the world I'm going to beat him with just having beaten the main quest. This is weird.
I mean, if this guy hits you, you're probably toast.
Yeah, like actually one hit will kill you at the strength we're at. But we have cheese.
Yes.
Is it good?
It's a good cheese.
It's queso.
I deserve that. There were hands coming at my shoulders from every angle.
Wait, did I do
That's what friends are for, buddy.
the thing?
We're here for you, Queso. Okay.
Yes. I'm still wondering what this thing looks like.
We
That-
saw
that-
it already. It's a sphere with lightning coming out of it.
Just
Yeah, I
literally
think
coming out of the sphere?
I think it's basically Blitzball is what we're fighting.
Wow.
I don't.
That Sahagin really wants me for some reason.
Just keep running.
Hi, friend.
He's like, I got an
Hi, friend.
He's so really aggressive.
Finally. Okay.
Sahagin just like, have you heard about our Lord and Savior in peril?
All right, here is the actual boss, and I'm going to not talk because I have to focus.
So this is actually a very intense fight. This is one of 2 super bosses that are available. He looks like a feral and he hits like a truck. We need to stagger him 4 separate times, and we've got a invisible timer on each piece. If we can't stagger him in 3 minutes, he's just done with us. Peace. He's flying off into the sky. So Lou's going to sit here and toss as many spells as he can, staying as far away as he can. If you get too close, he's got those big claws, and they hurt. Okay, 1 stagger.
Yeah. So he's got the big claws which do physical damage, but what he had, one of his garbs is Quiet Guard. Yeah, the Quiet Guardian. And so with the accessories he has on with Quiet Guardian, he's taking no damage from the magical attacks. So if you pay attention and you watch Air Knight's animations, you'll see anytime something's about to hit lightning, he switches into Quiet Guardian and takes no damage. So he's, even though this boss hits so hard, he's just tanking it all, no problem.
So this is... Actually, because we're on PC, this is a little bit easier, but he will have to perfect guard at one point. One of a few special attacks. Oh! And it got canceled.
I don't actually have to perfect card on PC. It's on PS3 because it gets screwed up by 60 FPS.
So here's a very advanced defensive technique. Throw potion. Actually reduces that by about 90%.
You think he's joking. He's not.
No. So we're working on our third stagger now.
Yeah, you can see we have the 2 debuffs from staggering that have the hexagons around them. So we've done 2 staggers, working on a third.
Fun fact, you only get a total of 5 buffs or debuffs on you or an enemy at any time. So in this case, we're going to get 4 staggers on him with 4 debuffs. He's finally going to take a chill pill for a minute. And we're going to throw Imperil on him and then see if we can hopefully beat him up in the 3 minutes we get. Okay, so that's 3. You'll notice he's still throwing whatever spells out he can.
He's also, these staggers don't just give us these debuffs, they also reduce his resistance, so we'll be doing more. Every stagger gives us successively more damage when we actually go in and kill him in just one string.
And we're going to need a lot. I want to say this guy has 54 million HP. It's actually closer to 17. I mean, I want a meme, I just have to be honest. Okay, so we're almost at the 4th stagger. We're finally going to get to do some damage.
We mentioned earlier that these potions give you 30 seconds of the buff that you get, but we need more than 30 seconds, so we used it more than once before actually going in, so he gets extra duration. So he's got all the duration he needs, he's got all of the debuffs and resistance reductions that he needs, so he can kill them all now before dying.
Those 3 bravery potions concatenate to 90 seconds, and yeah, we just gotta try to crash through as much as we can here.
Wish I had my bow.
Oh, that's a reference to a garb we're not gonna get. Sorry, Lightning said she wished he had her bow, which is Ultima Arrow. It's a.
No, I think the bow's in GT.
Oh gosh.
So again, you see the magic attacks are coming, but Lewd is just switching to Quiet Guardian every time and getting the guards off, like so.
Actually, I think Yusnon is a pendant. That's not going to work this time.
Oh, shoot.
So we're still trying to work our way through here. We've got 2 more bullet time overclocks here, so I think we're in good shape. Just keep chipping away until he finally runs out of health.
There it is.
Very nice.
He makes that look easy. That is really tough.
Yes, if I hadn't tanked any one of those attacks of Quiet Guardian, I probably would have died.
Thank you to everybody donating for that incentive. We still have 2 more to go.
Yes, thank you very much.
It's a very impressive sub 5 minute 40-second fight you had there.
4:13 is actually one of the better times I've had in that fight. That was really good. I had a 4:11 just before this run, though, so I can't say it's the best. But man, that was so exhausting.
Yeah, I was
Jeez.
pretty tired.
We got to rest up after that.
Okay.
Nice.
Power nap's great.
Can't believe we've been doing this for 2 days and 12 hours. That's crazy.
Oh my God, has the time been flying? Oh my God.
The good news is we've only got 41 more hours to go. Sorry.
We have a $13.13 donation from Vikuran. Meow Meow Choco Chow. Chocobo Lena approves.
Good to see you again.
I wish I can't say the same, sorry. Okay, so we're going to gear up for the last day. We've got a couple of days left, so a couple of sets of EP that we can turn into the potions we need to have enough buffs to go... buffs to go through the final gauntlet. And then we'll fight Ganon.
Finally.
You haven't found the Master Sword yet.
Apparently Lumina's with you too.
Yeah, I'm even exasperating the NPCs here. I gotta learn how to speak.
I mean, this is just so tiring.
Yeah.
All these puns, I can't.
I'll nap.
That's
off.
it. I'm done. I'm just gonna sleep. All right. If you forgot, it's lightning returns.
Wait, what happened? Huh? Where am I?
We're awake now.
Was this all a dream?
No, this was just fantasy.
Okay.
Shout out to Zwanzig.
So this is the perfect time as any to have any donations read.
We have a $13.54 donation from DWins232.
D wins.
D wins. Nice.
Lude, there's something I think you should know. Something important. You're awesome.
Oh, I thought it was almost 6.
I mean, it wasn't coming from Hope, so
You're right.
D wins is our PC world record holder. He's very fast.
we have a $10.54 donation from Don Forgo. Today is Ryu Quetzalcoatl's 54th birthday. Would everyone in the room please sing happy birthday to Ryu if he comes in the room? This $10 will go towards naming Chester Ryu HBD. Oh, happy birthday. Okay, I see. Good luck, Yagamoth.
All right, I have good news for everyone. No more sleeping.
Is that
Aw,
good news or
man.
bad news?
I have too much sleep in my system. I kind of want to do things. I don't know. I feel like it's time that we finally beat this game.
So soon? 2 days and 16 hours later? I'm just trying to warm up for that singing later.
I have some better news. Hope's gone.
Ooh.
He's been replaced by Mog.
That's
That's not an upgrade.
I feel like Navi, Mog is even more like Navi than Hope is.
Hey, listen, Kupo.
I think I like Sarah the most, Kupo.
It's almost 6 o'clock, Kupo.
I'm sure you Kupo know what that means. Oh, jeez.
Oh no, you lost an hour, Kupo.
Focus.
This is very intense menu in here.
I don't know what I'm doing.
So we're doing a little bit of min-maxing on some ideas we've done before. All the 2 of these are going to get 1 debuff that we can use. All of them are going to have a physical attack to throw around. And I think the equilibrium, the one that looks like the starter garb, actually makes the other 2 fill up faster while you're in it. So bonus ATB.
Yeah, it has the passive skill is called Standby ATB Recovery.
Yes. Stand by me. Wait, that's 15. I'm sorry. Getting ahead of myself.
So I think that menu is a little bit different when you have Aeronite being fought, right? So
Yeah, that's
the input's a little bit different.
definitely.
So my second garb is still Quiet Guardian. It would normally be Passion Rouge. But
That's
I
a
have
very
a Deprotect.
that's a roguelike garb, right?
Vanille, please, open your eyes. The soul
We have a
stone seems no
$10.54 donation from James H.
That's something
I just learned of RPG Limit Break, and I'm so sad I didn't know sooner. This is awesome.
I have to get to the cathedral.
Have to donate for that sweet Kingdom Hearts Critical All Worlds run. It's my favorite RPG of all time.
Also, I'd like to say that you said passion fruit right. I'm so happy.
I did that for you, friend.
I'm very happy. Thank you.
He's had 66 hours to work on it. So this is the first of 3 gauntlet fights before we get to the final boss and the end of the any percent run. 4 individual soldiers that we're going to debuff and use a new physical attack called Heavy Slash to take out. Taking Kaio's Revenge and swinging it as hard as we can for 8 times normal damage.
We have a $5.54 donation from Dave Strio.
Dave Stereo.
Dave Stereo. Okay. Good luck, Lude. Shoutouts to Casa and Vulagen and Colin D. The smiley face emote.
Ah. I thought it was a person whose username was actually Colin D. I got excited. Yeah, be sure to give twitch.tv/ColinD a follow. I'm sure they produce great content.
I promise I won't let your wishes die here.
So this is the final dungeon.
I can't be
Surprise,
late.
it's a hallway.
I have to make it.
Yes. The series begins and ends the same way, in a hallway.
Welcome to Staircase Returns Final Fantasy XIII at RPG Limit Break 2018, brought to you by Twitch.
So, like, over the course of the 13 trilogy, did we go, like, make an upgrade from hallways to stairways?
We're technically going downhill, so it's a little bit easier.
From the looks
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
really, it's all just downhill from here.
We have an $11 donation from Sand Knight. Hi, RPG LB. You're doing an amazing job. Continue your hard work. Good luck, Yagamoth, on your run. I wish you good RNG.
Okay, here's our second fight. Fang's back, so we'll have her for about a minute.
You're so eager to die.
Chimeras are pretty similar to things we've seen before. They have one extra thing we can take advantage of. They really hate back attacks.
Yeah, this is one of the fights in the run where we actually take advantage of the positioning to just waddle around behind.
Wait. Yes. That's actually twice as much damage.
And Chimera did not have a good day.
No.
He experienced the rage of 54 heavy slashes.
So now that we've walked 10 feet, it's time for the third fight.
Savior's got a job.
One down. And one more for good measure. And that's the end of the gauntlet. There's some story here. There is some extra stuff if you want to get some special attacks, a couple of very strong garbs for the final fight.
Are they hostages to keep me in line?
Caution,
I don't care if you're
this
God
speech
himself.
contains
I'm taking
elements
them
of
back.
the
I
story
swear
of
to you.
Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII.
Fong has left the party.
Yes, Jeff has finally stepped out.
This is something I don't actually know. I'm curious. Have people done cutscene percent runs of this?
Not yet, no.
Not yet, okay.
I haven't seen that.
I was going to ask how much of the game is actually cutscenes when you tallied up like the other games.
So what I'm hearing is Russo's going to be doing a cutscene percent very shortly.
On
Yeah,
stream.
so be following this run. Be sure to stay tuned for that. He's never actually ran this game before, so this is a learning experience for him, so be sure to give him lots of encouragement.
Please, give him all of your energy.
Caution, a story run would contain a lot of story of Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns.
Viewer discretion advised. We're just going to double check that our frame rate is proper and or the mouse is in the right place.
The mouse was slightly in the way. It was popping in and out.
Thank you, it's Queso.
There's a funny problem in this coming up fight where you can throw out these decoys, and when you're on 60 FPS, they just fall through the floor. And so we take advantage of that to make the decoy effect last longer, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is our final boss. This is Booney, 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 rocking everywhere. This is another 4-stage final boss fight.
Yeah, this is the final boss. So be ready to time when I say time, of course.
4 phases to get through those, so there's still a bit.
another 4 or 5 minutes. So our first stage, he's going to sit still. He's going to throw his weapon back and forth and cast a few spells. He's also thrown Doom on us. Doom makes it a little bit interesting because, as we mentioned, you can only have 5 buffs or debuffs on you. So we actually have to juggle potions to get the right offensive buffs to try to melt through his health. It's a lot of heavy slashes. Ooh,
That is the
brave.
wrong one.
That's unfortunate. That's just a little extra work.
I can't really. Well, all right, we'll do this the inefficient way.
Lightning is obviously upset at him because reasons. We'll get a little extra damage in for a bit. He's now unprotected, as well as deprotected now. Once we melt through this, we'll be on to phase 2. The Doom counter is not that much of a concern. Each one of those digits is 1/10 of a second, so he's got about 2 minutes left when he finishes this. Phase 2, he'll do more damage. He will also take more damage. This is where it gets interesting. If you run this on a console, you're going to be dropping decoys, which looks like Mog. That infuriates the boss, and he will do his best to only attack Mog until its health runs out. However, wait, where'd he go?
He just fell straight to the floor.
Yes. So on PC with 60 frames per second, the floor really isn't that solid, and Mog falls right through to the bottom of the area. So instead of trying to attack lightning, he is literally throwing his spells through the ground and hitting nothing. We've still got some work to do. If we take too long, he's going to switch to another form. He's not going to take damage, and he's eventually going to kill us. So we're trying to kill him on a clock.
Oh, that is right. I can't do the thing that I want. He is being terrible to me.
He is.
This is unorthodox.
Even if it kills me.
Yeah, where did that ice even go?
I'm just gonna do this. Whatever.
Yeah, safety strats. He takes extra damage on the hit that you stagger him as well, if we can manage that. Oh, gosh.
I think the decoy died too.
Yes, it did. Another one fell right through the floor. Oh, gosh.
No.
That's a retry, probably.
Yeah, that's too much. So this is a fun fight.
So if anyone
It
remembers...
was unfortunate. Double D-Brave and...
So if anyone remembers the last time Lightning Returns was on the RPG Limit Break channel, there was a Final Fantasy marathon where this was the final one. And chat was extra supportive, spamming Take My Energy over and over again. And the only reason we got through the end of that fight.
Goddess of death.
So please, give Lewd your energy.
You can also do it in the form of donations with 54 cents at the end.
So we're back to having the optimal set of buffs and debuffs. Gonna throw a few ice spells, help raise the stagger gauge. Guard a few attacks. That looks like it hurts. This attack is definitely anime. It's a big Kamehameha. Deep Protect fell off. Almost there. This boss is truly a difficulty wall. Everything else has been easy. The first time I tried to run this, it took longer to beat this boss than it did to do the entire rest of the game. 6 hours is very respectable in 13. It is not in Lightning Returns. Okay. Mog, help us. Oh, gosh, you're gone again. Okay, we've got our end spell, we've got all our buffs. Let's see if we can burn through them this time. Keeping the stagger up. Those orbs are trying to chase you and multiply the damage, but because they're going after Mog, we don't even see them anywhere. There's a stagger, and that was 120,000. I can't even count how many 54s are in that. Okay, we're almost there.
There we go.
Finally. Okay, phase 3. So phase 3, he has stood straight up. He's going to slowly buff himself and just try to wail away at Mog. All of his attacks are horizontal now, so I think mostly he just whiffs at air, unless we get unlucky with a few special attacks. He's not even looking at us. I think we accidentally got clipped. There are a few points where you can accidentally end up in the same direction as Mog is, and then he hits you by mistake. It still hurts. The stagger buff here is Daze, and if you remember 13, the very next hit is double damage. So we're hoping to stagger with a heavy slash and then hit another one for even extra damage. Okay, we're almost there. There's the stagger. And there's the extra damage. We actually couldn't deep protect during that because deep protect would have gotten double damage. Okay, phase 4.
Final phase.
Yes. This fight contains story elements from Lightning Returns. So at this point, he can't really be hurt until we can stagger him. If we can stagger him, we're home free. He has some very catastrophic attacks, but if we're fast enough, all he'll do is shoot eye lasers at us, 1 to 3 of them. And during bullet time, we might... Oh, actually, he's shooting eye lasers at Mog. We didn't have anything to worry about. Okay, he's been staggered. Time is coming up soon.
Time will be on the final input of the results screen, so it's not when he like dies, but
The altitude of the boss means that you can't finish your combo as well as you could when the enemy's on the ground, so it takes a little bit longer. But
The maximum of heavy slashes.
all right. So I will say time in soon and time.
Well done.
That was a fight and a half, literally, because the half was the retry.
Thank you for all that energy.
Twitch chat was full of energy for you, Lewd.
Thank
Awesome.
you. I appreciate the energy. Jeez.
and it only
I haven't seen a Booney that annoying. that was terrible. Jeez.
and you know it only took us
All right.
154 minutes to do.
So now, because you gave so much money,
Almost.
we get some extra fights here.
Yeah, so there are two super... Are we doing the super boss first?
2 Super Steves.
We are doing Erishkigal,
Okay.
or
Steve.
Erishkigal.
Steve?
Urshkgal.
Erishkigal.
This is what happens when they don't say the name in the story.
So Stev here. If any of you remember being kids and playing on the couch, you might remember playing a game called Lava. You're trying to not touch the ground because bad things happen and you get hurt. That's basically this fight. If you remember Zernitra's, this is one of those. Most of its attacks hit the ground. We're way overpowered now, though.
This is like, yeah, more developed than the speedrun was.
Hard mode is harder damage. It's your new game setup, but it also lets you improve your abilities and your garbs. And you end up getting to do ridiculous things like that.
If I can summarize these two fights in 2 words, it'd be whirlwind kick.
So each one of those kicks, if done right, is as much damage as the heavy slashes were just 2 minutes ago. So we're just going to keep using our bullet time up and see if we can beat him down. This will not be as easy playing the home game.
Each perfect time triples the damage, by the way, for this ability.
So
It is annoyingly difficult, though.
perfect timing is the offensive version of perfect guard. Can you explain that timing? I never quite get it right.
You time the action appropriately, you hear a ding.
Fries are done. Fries are done.
So,
Kappa 1, 2, 3 battle time.
if you're looking at home at this fight, you'll think that it was a trivial fight, but those grand impulses that he tried to do, if I was on the ground, it would have dispelled all my buffs.
If anyone's seen Couch, you would have loved that time.
And I also had a specially built punt that is replaced by whirlwind kick, plus a bunch of accessories that are not seen in the speed run, and weapons that aren't seen in the speed run. But that was the Erishkigal. Now we're going to fight Bonavelza a second time.
Booney Plus, who is this hard mode?
This is hard mode, and it's the upgraded version of Booney that you only see in a New Game Plus, which happens when you unlock the extra day, which unlocks when you do enough side quests. And we have a slightly different collection of abilities and things here. But this is hard mode, so it's supposed to be harder.
I mean, at this point, he must have like 54 billion health, right? Give or take?
Give or take 53.
Okay. I'm having flashbacks to the last fight.
I become the goddess of
So the
death.
difference between Booney regular and Booney Plus is that he only has 2 phases, but his first phase is a combination of the first 3. He's actually starting in phase 2, which means he's going to give himself an element.
Are you toying with me now? Our future
That element is wind.
The opposite of wind is thunder.
So we already staggered. What was it again? It was wind, so
it was wind,
thunder
so
I
thunder.
need. And now he can't do a damn thing.
Because for our 54th fact, Whirlwind Kick interrupts. Guess he is taking 500,000 damage a hit.
Only with perfect times on the finales.
And that was
All
phase
right,
one.
phase 1 is down. Now for phase 2, the
Electric Boogaloo.
harder phase.
You've got 3 overclocks. What could go wrong?
Rebuff this. Stagger. Now be prepared.
Don't blink. You might miss it.
Wait, I thought this was hard mode.
It is.
Yeah, it's hard mode. See, he has like 17,500,000 HP. I don't know how I'm going to whittle that all out.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
And that's hard mode. Boonville's a plus.
And that's Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13.
Well, good. Congratulations, Lewd, on that quite an amazing run.
If you forgot, this is Lightning Returns.
Now would be a good time for donations.
Doesn't want to be alone.
I don't want to be alone.
I think the number of times I had to say Meow Meow, Choco Chow probably hit 54.
At least.
At least.
And there's probably more of them in there.
Thank you, Tagaze, for suffering through all of that.
Yes, thank you.
You did a wonderful job.
You too. Well, we should start getting ready for our next run. So let's give a round of applause again to LewdDolphin.
Can I applaud for myself? I'm applauding for myself.
You can clap for yourself.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really worked hard. I would like to dedicate this to my mother and to my father and to my brother and to my friend and to my friend and my other friend and my other friend and my other friend and Sharky too.
Thank you. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. Thank you for everybody who let us be here. Thank you for NAMI for being a wonderful charity that we're very happy to help. And thank you for everyone who ever worked on this game and anybody that wants to pick it up now. So, guys, anything you want to say?
Thanks to
54.
Casa for putting up with us.
Oh my god. Thank you for saying words properly and keeping me sane.
All for you, Casa.
Thank you, Takase.
All right.
All right. Well, on to our next run. Well, starting to get set up for it, which is Tales.